Hello, everybody, and welcome to Marquee Gaming today as we return to Mystical Mishaps after our week off. Last week was Sepulchre Times. Season 4 is in the books, so if you want to try to watch that, get bored. The channel deletes all those videos because they'll be gone at some point. They're going to be eliminated from the channel at some point. Gone to history. But yeah, good season. 4 good teams played. But we're back for some regular campaign D&D. So that's what we're doing tonight. We're down.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the one you don't want to die in. Don't die in this game.
We all can't fireball ourselves to get more points today.
Bad idea.
There's no point.
Bad
There's
idea.
no points.
Yes.
That we know of.
So we're gonna play though some D&D. We're down 1 player, sadly, but they will be returning. Do not worry. But we're gonna talk about who these players are. So Rachel, we're gonna start with you. Take it away.
Hello, I am Rachel, also known as Pip. You can find me over on Instagram at Pip400art if you want to see all my arts. I also stream art on this channel on Mondays at 3:30 CST. That's tomorrow. I do plan on streaming. I have so many drawings I have to do. So, yeah, I want to also get as much done as I can before a certain video game that I've been obsessing about all month comes out, because I may disappear into oblivion for a bit with. So, yeah. Unless it's horrible and my heart's broken, in that case, maybe I'll be drawing more, but we'll see. Yeah, come hang out with me. It's tomorrow, 3:30 CST. Today I play Eleonora. She is a warlock, an ASMR, level 6, and is alive still, which is great. And I think I don't have any more penalties either from being dead. So
You're all good.
that is exciting as well. I've had penalties for quite a bit. So yay. And that is all I have to say. The end.
The end. Good story, Rach. Our second player, who normally is here, is Callie, but she is gone. Her character, Winnie, is currently a tattoo on the leg of Edison. But our third character tonight is going to be Ashley.
Hello, I'm Ashley. I make art also. I have been making a lot of skulls because of Skulltober on Instagram. I just posted one today, so maybe go look at that if you like skulls. I'm playing Euphemia tonight. She's a druid. She has had a lot going on. We're back in her hometown, which is a lot of mixed feelings and a lot of interesting, a lot of interesting things to come. She's been preparing for a lot. She doesn't know what to prepare for.
Yes, definitely going to be interesting being back in Edgefort. Whatever that's going to mean. Big mission ahead of you. But our fourth player, or third tonight, is Mike.
You know, I just want to put it out there. I do have on my resume of playing 2 characters, and it's gone pretty well. If you want me to split my Mike personality again, just putting that out there. Might not work tonight, but otherwise, hi guys, my name's Mike, also known as Bardic Dice here on all the socials. Taking a bit of a hiatus from streaming, but also looking to make a comeback here soonish, so we'll give you details on that for D&D. But today I play Davril. He's a level 6 artificer / bladesinger wizard, culty boy. So that's about it.
Culty boy. Perfect. Yeah, so those are our players this evening. I am Mark, the Dungeon Master, ready to begin our session. But real quick, there's our Discord. We share that with Bardic Dice. You can join that. You can go over there, find recaps of the sessions, or you can check out the Mystical Mishaps channel and post gifts during the session of things that are going on. Funny little gifts. They're always great. I love looking at them, and they make me laugh a lot. So go ahead and post those during the session. And we do have a new emote too. The emote, if somebody starts rolling real bad, you can check out our new emote. We have a new one out there. So You can
Well, that's gonna be using that a lot. What
you
is this
can
thing?
you can see what that one is. It's in there. So hopefully we don't have any bad rolls, but you never know. You never know. Somebody always has to roll bad. There it is. Dice jail. Yes, we have a dice jail emote now.
Great. Oh my gosh.
I saw I had a bunch of animated
Yo.
emote slots, and I was like, I have to start trying to make some of these. So
I feel like this is pretty accurate. It's gonna be fun.
yes.
You can do some fun combinations with these.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, why don't we run our intro and then we can play tonight's session. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, everybody, we are back and ready to get into the session this evening. Let's start off by turning on some music and we can get into the session. I hope the music isn't too loud. I feel like all my audio just got like shuffled around somehow. So let me know if anything sounds weird to y'all tonight, but
Sorry, I knocked him off the shelf. My bad. Tried to put him back in his same place.
all of you get your advantage dice to start off this evening.
Thank
Wow.
you. It will go to good use, I'm sure.
No, probably.
And as always, if the bless gets rolled and it lands on Kelly, she's not here, so it counts as DM. Ha 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 ha. Okay.
Extra. For you to use for good, right? For our favorite NPC,
I mean,
right?
you guys are with an NPC today, so
That's what I mean.
Maybe it's
It could
his.
be worse. It could be worse.
it could go either way. We'll find out. The bless that was just redeemed goes to Mike.
What?
Let's
I
get
needed
all
it.
this updated. Where is that? There it is. All right. So, recap of our session. Our players are looking to travel to the Mountains of Plenty, which are sort of on the western side of the continent. And they're in search of an item called the Black Rose, which is meant to be an item, hopefully, to help Euphemia be cured of this curse that has afflicted her for quite some time. So that's the hopeful thing in the future that they want to get to. So they work on some prep in Heaven's Reach while waiting for Eleanor to recover and Edison to be ready to go. So they brew some potions, they send out letters, and while this is going on, Euphemia keeps having these dreams of a looming storm on the horizon, but there's still pleasantness that's sort of there, but this storm presence is there in each of these dreams, sort of this threat on the horizon. But nothing too extreme. But eventually, the day comes to teleport over to Edgefort, which is Euphemia's hometown. So Edison takes his hat, teleports them off to Edgefort. There's a mishap that triggers there as they go. A little bit of a "oh no" from Winnie that they hear as they teleport. And when they arrive, they no longer see Winnie, but Edison's holding his legs. He pulls up his pant leg, and on his calf there is like a tattoo of a shocked-looking Winnie that's there. And that's where we ended the session. So...
Edison's like, what would my mom say?
I know.
So disappointed. But you'll arrive. Edison seems a little frustrated now that this tattoo is on his leg. But
Understandable.
Yeah, that's a rough one. Okay, that's going into the mishap book for sure.
Oh, I hope Winifred, I hope she's
back.
unconscious. I feel like that would be far worse.
Yeah.
I mean, being a box was kind of nice for a little bit, just saying.
It's true. Well, you weren't conscious, though,
You
so...
weren't really
Well,
conscious.
That's what I'm saying. It's just I was aware of being, but not being
Right.
what I was. So maybe she's enjoying a little bit of relaxation of not being.
I hope...
She looks
I
pretty
hope so.
worried though.
Are you alright, Edison? Do you feel anything?
I'm fine now. But if your magic can do this, hopefully it will wear off at some point.
That is usually what we've found, is it wears off eventually. Just have to be careful.
Guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
An hour, 8 hours, 24 hours seems to be common, but that doesn't mean that that's the norm either.
Longer before too, but hopefully that's not the case.
Right.
Well, magic can be
I haven't seen
unpredictable.
anything last
so-
a week, so I mean that'd probably be the most.
Where are we in Edgefort? Like, where did he teleport us to in Edgefort?
You're kind of in the center of town, kind of close to where you guys actually were held prisoner here for a little bit. You're not too far from there.
Interesting choice.
Yeah, central point of town. There are some people going around. Again, this is a little more of a kind of a woodsy, where there's lots of trees everywhere. A little more woodsy of a city. But yeah, you guys can look around, decide which way you want to go. Edison looks like he's ready to kind of proceed as you guys feel ready to do. You'll have your climbing gear that you acquired.
One less person we need it for now. That's a perk.
We did buy 3, so that's helpful.
The silver lining, I guess.
Would I know offhand, like, where, like, a mining office might be or something? Because we did talk about trying to get papers,
Yep.
potentially, or charts.
So a little further up, closer to the mountains, there is the mine where they would have all the offices and equipment and all of that. Entrances would be kind of beyond that point as well. So you could head that way if you'd like to.
I would suggest that, honestly. But
Euphemia, question for you as well. Are the mines owned by anyone, like only workers can go in, or can anyone go in? Will it be something we must acquire permission if we want to go that way, or...
I would assume I would know that. Mark?
To get to the office, you generally can just walk over there, no problem. Beyond that point, it's considered more dangerous, so it's a little more restricted beyond that point. And yeah, they wouldn't really want people wandering the mines unattended either.
Sure. If we need to go that route, and if it's hard to get permission, and it seems like they're resistant, we may see if we can help with some sort of monster issue as a ticket to get in. There have been ongoing issues in the mines. We know that. So,
Right.
it might be able to try. But as far as getting papers, we should be. We can at least go that far.
Phantom asked if there was a daily tour, and I think that's so funny. We just joined a tour group.
Edgeport Mine Tour, we just tick, tick, tick in the back.
Peter Parker style, and we'll just like sneak into some.
Yes.
Sneak off the back, yeah.
Yes.
Seen in
They
every
do that
movie.
thing where they turn off all the lights so you can see just how dark it is, and we like make our exit.
Yes.
Until we roll a 1 to try and get away when we trip over something.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Dice
Scooby-Doo
roll.
style.
Then we are really stuck in the tour group for another 3 hours, and Addison's like dying. So I don't know how much we discussed this. Would we want to consider going around first, or do you think that going through?
You mean going through the mines, or up above?
Or
the mines?
above? Yes.
I thought maybe we would look at some sections that haven't been, if there's a chance we could look at the papers and see what hasn't been breached or what's old and left alone. That might be our best option to start, and whether it's easier to access it from the inside or the outside. Then you look. I don't know.
I think we're talking about 2 different regions of the mountain as well. I doubt we're gonna mine our way all the way up to the upper regions, and I doubt we're gonna mine all the way down to where we would connect to where they're at, so. Or at least not without some extreme effort.
Well, I was just because of the story that Davril found of above.
We know there's at least one case
Small
above, yeah.
cabin. Yes. Even if you cast your spell before we made the decision, that might
We'd have to
help
be,
dictate.
like you said, pretty close to some spots in the mines that haven't been breached yet, right?
Or something that's been left for a long time, that's been left in the dark. Old places that are closed up, or
True.
dead ends.
Good point. I didn't even think of that.
It might at least be worth it to get an idea of what the network looks like under there. And then I can cast it. I can cast it ritually, so I could do it as many times as we wanted around different points. if we
Maybe even
wanted to
finding
go
like an
in.
original vein that they've switched from that's been ages since they've been into. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think resources get depleted and then they move on some other direction
I actually really like that idea.
and leave things.
Yes, and I'm willing to take that. I wasn't sure also how willing anyone would be to cooperate with us here.
And they might
So-
not. We might run into a dead end sooner than we thought. And I guess we do what we can to maybe get close enough to cast it a few times and get a better picture.
Because what, it lasts out a few miles, you said?
5 miles.
So, if we sense something more down on the ground, because you can sense the direction, correct?
General. It's quick, but it's, enough, hopefully.
Would we approximately know how tall this mountain would be? I'm guessing it's obviously larger than 5 miles. I'm guessing, right?
Oh, vastly farther than 5 miles for this whole range. It's yeah.
Not for the whole range, but like let's say we're at the base to the peak. What would like the height be? We're just
To the
talking about
peak?
verticality.
I mean, it's not going to be over 5 miles high. Like that's crazy high, but
Okay.
Um,
So I mean, if it's not 5 miles deep, we would get an idea of top or bottom, even from down here, right?
I would.
Or 5 miles
think so.
low. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Eleanor's point was like if
Yeah,
we cast
no,
it even like
that's-
right
yeah.
now, we might be able to know
Mhm.
if we should start it at the
If
top
we're-
or if we should start at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
It's just if we're going to be able to get 5 miles deep in,
How to
if
get
it's,
to it?
if the
Yeah.
range is
Yeah.
miles away. Yeah. That's a that's a good observation.
Yeah.
For sure.
for reference, I just looked it up out of curiosity. Mount Everest is like 5.5 miles high.
Okay.
So
Oh, that's a
You
great
know.
reference point, actually. Thank you.
yeah,
Yeah,
Mount
yeah.
Everest is like 5.5 miles high, 29,000 feet.
It always sounds bigger in feet when you say 5 miles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
fine. Whatever.
I
Take
can
a
make
trip
that
to
in
the
my
grocery
car.
store.
Yeah, I do that
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
You know.
Big trip is within 5 miles. Come on.
I would like to get as close to the mountains as possible before I cast anything, just so we have the best chance of seeing how far.
Oh, for sure. Being
But
in the mines would make
that
more
includes-
sense.
That would include getting to the offices anyway, because they are closer to the
Sure.
mountains. So. you know.
Cool.
All right. And just a reminder, Edison, I think you had mentioned we cannot use Watchlight credentials or anything for this. It is all on our own merit. So,
yes, this is entirely unofficial.
let's not go parading that name around anywhere.
If we needed to, we could drop horde hunters and see about the monster hunting to get in.
Yes, I think that's acceptable.
I think that's more practical anyway.
I gotta bless. Yes.
Oh, you still have your sepulcher energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was waiting to see. And the DM
Risk of
gets
it.
player gets an edge. Gets an edge.
Yeah, yeah.
Gets
Who
an edge.
wants to
40,000
spam 30 of those?
No.
I don't have that option in this game. Sorry, guys.
He would totally allow it if he wanted to.
That's why I don't allow it. Get a little crazy. All right, so you're heading towards the mines?
Yeah, I think towards the offices.
Okay. So you head on over there. It's earlier in the morning now, as you left pretty early in the day. And you kind of see a few miners like looking like they're getting set to go in. There's a team that's kind of gathering near the front, and the offices are off to the side when you get there. And you can head inside if you'd like to.
Dom doesn't say this, but Michael wanted to be like, "Hey, kiddos." He said minors, but I didn't. Dad doesn't say that.
Oh boy.
Get punched in the face by a miner.
Barely even hurt, kid. All theater of the mind.
Oh man.
Anyway, sorry. I'm back on.
As we're walking, I'll just say to Euphemia, it's a bit of a toss-up on who's talking because I'm not very well liked here either. So, would you like me to talk or would you like to try?
I can try. I also don't have the best reputation in this town.
Like how you don't even think of me as an option back here, but that's fine.
You
Well, sometimes you
Might
do
have-
you do pull through.
I'm not
you're
sure if
good-
I'm the best option today. I'll be honest with you guys, but just wanted to say I just want to put my hat in the ring, even if it's a third option. Just saying.
You're not suspected of murder, so that might actually be better.
or of my affiliations. But you two can step in potentially. I like say to Edison and Davril.
That's going wild. Sure. I'll bail whoever's not doing well.
Yes.
I'm good at keep on, shoveling out of a deep hole. I'm used to it.
If we don't get anything out of this, it's just find a different way.
Yes, we do have other options. So
I'd say a good angle we might be able to offer them is anything we find. We'll be more than happy to volunteer and deposit back at the office headquarters.
Are we leading with an actual Mystic Rose hunt, or
I'm sure they've heard rumors. Could ask. I have an old folklore here.
well, you know the townspeople a bit more. What do you think they would be receptive to?
would I have had the impression growing up that Edgefort is superstitious in any way, or was it just kind of like a quiet labor town?
There's always those people who do have those kind of super, especially in a magic world. There's always going to be some people who have the weird stories that they hear, the urban legends, stuff like that. They get passed around. Your town is a little down to earth, but compared to other places, but Midrock, that was way more we're just hardworking people when you guys were there, compared to here. This is a little more of the flavor of people are a little weird at times, and people believe in some things that are beyond just I work hard and get my money and move on.
I almost wonder if we should ask them about the monster situation in the mines and lead with that.
Sure.
If there's anything strange that's been going on.
We should just be prepared if they have a guide or something. I'm not sure if they will allow us to just wander the mines, but.
And a guide might not be the worst case scenario. I mean, that's kind of what we're looking for. Paperwork, as if someone can guide us to old locations that have been abandoned. It's not worst case scenario. Not saying we want someone watching us, but just saying.
Right.
An old retired miner that could point us around. Or a miner that works as a miner's aide.
So we can go with your instinct on that. We can even say we have a few things we are looking for as well, type of thing.
Resources.
Just so we can maybe have a little more access than maybe a path they want us to go on or something like that.
Sure. I kind of just feel like if we offer to help with something, or at least we seem willing to, they might be more likely to let us in.
Yes. I think that's all right.
Okay. So who's going in?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll walk up.
I'll go with her. We'll try and
Please.
I'll try and tag team this a little bit.
Okay. So Eleanor and Euphemia are heading in?
I'll go with him.
Yeah.
Okay. So all of you can go in. Edison will come too.
Wow, he came! Yay.
He's not going to stand
You can
outside
watch
as you guys all...
flounder.
You never
As we
know,
all
you know?
Struggle.
He just looks down and he's like, come on, Winnie.
So you make your way inside, and there is a bearded individual who's standing around, looking like he's gathering up some things, writing some notes down. He does seem to be the one in charge. Euphemia, you have seen this individual before as well, having been from here.
I was wondering, yeah. Okay.
This guy's name is Vance Prather. He is the manager of the mine here.
And he's been the manager for, I assume, a while then, if I know.
Yeah, he's a little bit kind of on the older edge or older side of middle age. So he's getting up there. Human, yeah, darker beard and dark hair.
That's what I was thinking of. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, clearly, I definitely don't look that confident walking up here. I'm like fidgeting a little bit with my jacket pocket, and my collar, etc. I'll just clear my throat quietly and kind of say good morning.
Oh, huh. I know your face.
Yeah, Euphemia Dryden.
Ivan's daughter, yes. What brings you here? I'm sorry about what happened to him, too, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah. I wish I could have made it back sooner.
He was a good man. Good man.
We are monster hunters, actually. And she just gestures to everyone. And we're wondering if it was possible to help you with any issues. I know the last I spoke with Dad, he had said there were issues in the mines with different creatures.
Are you looking for a job here?
Possibly. We also are looking for a specific plant that I need for magic that is rumored to be found maybe in the mines.
Yeah, I mean, I heard from your dad that you liked the plants and stuff, but monster hunting, never heard of that. Huh. Interesting.
She just shrugs. She looks a little like, yeah, well. She's like, well, it was a way to get around.
Give me a persuasion roll.
It's taking us all over. Good for her, actually.
Yay!
I mean, not great, but good for her. 12.
It's kind of looking you up and down. Looks kind of at the group of you, the whole team up here. I mean, you see, the thing is, I mean, I don't know if I'd feel comfortable with how things went with your dad to throw you at monsters in the mines, you know? Feel like that might be a disrespect to your father.
I do appreciate you saying that. We do really need a chance to look around a little bit, and I thought if we're looking for something that we need, maybe we can help you with something that you need.
Well, we don't see a lot of plants down there. Most of them, like, what kind of plant are you looking for?
She'll glance a little at Eleonora.
Just kind of nod at her.
Yeah. It's called a black rose. They grow in the complete dark, so you wouldn't have seen it. Probably. Usually really deep, dark places where there's no light and there hasn't been for a long time.
I've never heard anything like that.
There's stories we read in an old book of some adventures that were climbing up in the mountains that came across one.
And you verified the story is legitimate?
Absolutely not. They're all rumors, and potential dead ends, but we have a good feeling about this one.
I mean, like I said, I've never seen anything like that.
There's enough different sources all sort of pointing back to this area, so we are willing to risk it.
I mean, they don't sell this at the market somewhere.
They can't.
We wish.
They wouldn't.
What if it was?
Like in a box in somebody's storefront.
It's like 25
Mark's
cents.
ultimate
No one
troll is
ever
we could have
buys
just
it.
gone to the store and bought one.
Yeah, these are super common, guys. This is like everywhere.
People are just really stupid and open the
Like
box
5
first,
gold.
and it goes bad before they can buy it.
Yeah,
So it's like totally useless for most people.
instantly
How can I
spoils.
confirm it's in there? How do I know you're not tricking me right now?
Just
Just let me peek at it for a second.
I mean, I don't know. The mines are dangerous.
You know.
We wouldn't be risking it if it wasn't important.
I mean, why is this Black Crow so important?
Well, it might help my mom and my family.
I want another persuasion roll on that one.
That's better actually. It's a 17.
Let's go.
He looks very saddened, as you mentioned your mother.
Yep. Yep, I know.
Good.
That was, yep.
Really was tragic what happened to you and your family.
I'm
How would
out of
this
a way to help.
how would this help your mother?
This rose, it's supposed to help lift curses.
You think your mother's cursed?
I think my family is affected by it.
And not just her family. Others too.
I have a chance to maybe help a lot of people. And maybe buy her back some years.
I mean, I really wish I could help you, but I've never seen anything like that in our mines.
It may not actually be in your mind specifically, but I was hoping to get access to some far corners to see if it's in other caverns or natural caverns in the mountains. I have to kind of be in a proximity to sense it.
I see.
Would there be maybe records she could review of former paths that were mined or
Or
paths that
natural
maybe were
sense to know
abandoned?
about.
Mhm.
I mean, you can look at some of the maps. I don't know what that would do to help you. And I mean, the mining's hard here. This is adamantine we're mining here. This is some of the hardest material you can try to get through. So, it's slow going.
Guessing would Dav have ever read about adamantine?
Yeah, you probably heard of adamantine.
You just hear him whistle.
Is there any like natural openings that you found in your excavations that have led to maybe places you haven't been to very much yet? or anything like that?
I mean, I've heard of things like occasionally we'll find a pocket where maybe something's gone through it, or some sort of natural opening that's there, but they don't often go too far. And I know I've heard stories of people climbing the mountains though and finding places up there.
If you have records of any of that we could look at, maps, anything, that would help a lot.
And I got the mines. I don't have anything for the mountains. I don't map that.
Right.
But if you want to look at the mines, you're welcome to it.
Just an access point of some kind that I can be close to.
Yeah, by all means, you're welcome to look at those and see if you can figure anything out. By the way, you dig into a drawer. I think your dad left this here. He hands you a pouch, and you hear like a small clink of some gold inside of it. As welcome in, Realm Gamers, thank you for the raid.
Gold.
You paid the party with your raid. Thank you so much for coming in. So 5 gold in that little pouch.
Perfect. Thank you. And thank you for being able to look at this stuff, and any little bit of information might help us have a place to start. So,
Of course. So he'll go and grab some maps and lay them out on one of the tables there, and just kind of stands there, hands on his hips, kind of like looking over your shoulder.
That's so cute.
I know, it's very like minor working man. I love it.
Yeah, like an older guy too. Like he just wants to be involved a little bit.
He's like, "Oh, you're going on a quest? Interesting."
Hear everything popping while he's grabbing all the maps and stuff. You were saying potentially there's more paths up in the mountains. Do you know of any map makers, or anyone that would have made any sort of maps of what is known up there?
I'm not sure who would have maps up the mountains, but
or even like someone that maybe you would know around town that it's like a hobbyist that likes to hike up there. It'd be like a good guide that might be able to talk about some things.
again, I'm not super familiar with somebody who'd be doing that. There probably are some people who might go up there occasionally, but most people stay out of the mountains. They're pretty rough right now.
Makes sense. There's usually that one guy, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, he's the guy that's like an Appalachian or something, you know?
It sounds like that might be you four. You're the four.
That is fair.
Dude.
So, looking at these maps, I think I would be looking for anything that looks like a dead end, or maybe like an additional entrance to the outside, you know, like not an official entrance or anything like that. Anything that stands out is like maybe they've abandoned it, or it doesn't seem like it's been, for whatever reason.
Sure, give me an investigation roll.
24.
24. So you kind of notice there's a little bit of like notations here and there about dates on kind of when they were moving through areas, and it's pretty slow going to get through this stone. Like, it's not a very deep mine, just because mining adamantine is not simple. So you kind of study it for a little bit, and there's various like years that they kind of go in a direction, and then when it seems like it kind of runs out, they head off a little different direction, just sort of exploratory directions occasionally, that kind of stuff. So you're able to spot kind of from this map the general layout of what it would look like if you went down into the mines. You looking in for anything else specifically?
I think just if they've noted, like, they came across a natural vent or opening or tunnel anywhere that, you know, like, if they're going through and they find a pocket and they're like, oh, this leads to the outside on this side of the mountain, like, further around, that's not all through one channel.
Yeah, there's a couple things here and there where it's like natural tunnel type of a situation where potentially something's burrowing through the stone, and they do find occasionally things that like come out in the mountains, but again, they're not like super far from where they are right now.
Right. Okay. I think I would just want to make note of them, because if we need an access point somewhere to like cast a spell and get a little closer, I would want to have the chance to be able to get kind of nearby. Or even like we were saying, we might not be able to go deep as far as we need to actually sense it, so maybe just another angle to try. So I think I would just be making some notes, like I'd pull my notebook out even and make some notes of like where these spots are, so that we can circle back to them.
Sure. Great, you got a bless.
But I mean, I would look to anybody else if they think that something stands out to them.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Mark. I think we sort of talked about this, but it's been a while. I don't know how much Eleonora has experience with mines because she was handling the business side of things, and Alexander was doing the mine stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Is that what we said? Or
yes. Yeah, you were more the face of the company. He was the more like arms and legs of the company type of a thing.
Yes. Okay, that makes sense. So I would assume most of her knowledge is like some tours, like once a month of what's going on, updates. Not really anything like she was involved with anything else.
Yeah, you saw a lot of the pretty parts of the mine, like the parts that are good to display and showcase, and
you take
like
you take the shareholders through.
The fancy wall of like crystals of fuse ore sticking out of it, like that everyone can look at with all the lights on to make it shiny and sparkly. Yeah,
it wasn't even that hard to get it to the building. It was quite easy actually.
Okay, cool. So I don't really have much. I figured I didn't, but I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, I mean, all right, so you have a few entrance points, it looks like, potentially. Dervil, do you have any thoughts?
You also would discern from this that none of these mines go deeper than 5 miles. So if you cast your spell from here, you would cover the whole majority, or the whole mine.
Oh, that's good to know.
Like, it's not that deep in. Like, it's literally...
Okay, that's really good to know.
Not 5 miles out there.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Adamantine, we're not getting far on our own. If we're gonna have to mine through stuff, so we're gonna definitely be looking for natural spots, in my opinion.
Vance, would it be all right if I got a little closer to the entrance just to cast my spell? We won't go in if you don't want us to.
That'd be fine.
Okay, thank you. And thank you for everything.
You're welcome.
Did you actually answer earlier if you guys needed any help with any monsters?
You see, the thing with finding creatures is that's pretty rare when we're down there, just because we don't go too deep. There's occasionally some things that we'll find again here and there. There's a lot of critters that we'll come across, different sort of insects, stuff like that, creepy crawlers. But generally, we don't have to worry about a ton. Just occasionally here and there, some dangerous stuff.
Sounds like Midrock's got more of a problem than you guys do.
They mine different things than we do.
Interesting.
Again, I think more of the dangers in the mountains.
Above.
Things coming down from the mountains would be a bigger concern.
Yes.
But yeah, some of these critters, I mean, they're able to burrow through adamantine, so you want to watch out for them.
Interesting. And you do run into them often?
Okay, not often, with how deep we are, but occasionally, yes.
What kind of special tools would be used to get through the adamantine? More adamantine tools, or?
In large part, we use adamantine tools to mine adamantine. They are oftentimes magically enhanced as well to protect them from damage, but to make them hard enough to actually go through it, that's what we use.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I'm just sort of letting Euphemia take the lead.
Yeah. No, sorry, I was making a note.
Oh, you good.
I will just thank him again, and I think we got what we can out of this, so I will maybe go check with my spell and see if we're anywhere close or if we need to circle somewhere else.
Yeah, I'll walk you down there. He kind of motions for you to follow him towards the mine. Head out of the office.
Curious, what is the going rate for adamantines these days?
I guess to look it up now.
Alright. I mean,
how much are you asking for?
Like, maybe a brass knuckle worth of adamantine.
I mean, it's pretty expensive. It is
I figured it's what?
Fairly costly item. Generally, we do like wholesale stuff. We don't do individual sales to people who walk up here. But I can get back to you if you really are interested in buying something. Do you know how to work it?
Yeah. Probably something I can figure out.
All right. Just keeps walking.
Yep.
Do I recognize anybody else that's out and around? I would just be curious.
You look around. There maybe are some people who look like vaguely familiar, but no one you knew super well. They weren't like close.
Okay. And does anybody seem like they're taking notice of us, or are they just busy working?
Most people just seem like they're kind of getting ready to head into the mines. They're gathering equipment, stuff like that. But Vance will lead you over a little closer to the entrance. Is this close enough for you?
I think this is great. Thank you. I probably need 10 minutes or so, and then we'll be out of your way.
Sure thing. I'm gonna go talk to my crew. He heads off for a moment. Not too far from you, but keeping an eye on you as you're casting your spell.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'll start ritually casting. Locate animals or plants.
Imagine getting these suckers with adamantine at the end. I mean, that'd be kind of dope. Dopers, if you would.
Missed opportunity to say
Yeah, I was
dopers.
really upset about that one because there's a plural going on, That's what I heard, at least. That's the plurality of dope. That's someone who's passing me on the road a while ago, yeah.
Mm.
I mean, we have 10 minutes to talk about things, so I just want to check in.
So you take the 10 minutes. Spell goes out.
Go by, go pee, go burst. Yeah. That's the end of the 10 minutes.
Did I get a mishap or are we good?
Let me roll for that. So that's the
What's
second level
my
spell?
level spell? I really-
Actually, you just asked the teacher if they forgot the
Yeah,
homework.
I
I'm
distracted
sorry,
him for you.
I-
What are you talking about?
I'm programmed to expect it now.
Ugh, teacher's
It
bad.
feels weird to cast it and not. So...
There is not a mishap. You're lucky.
Oh yeah.
So the spell goes off and goes out 5 miles from here. You get no detection of one within 5 miles.
Okay. I suppose. Okay, so within 5 miles.
Is it radius
So I
or
can
is it
assume.
just like a
Yeah,
cube?
that's what I was just gonna say.
It's a radius.
It just says within.
5 miles from where you
So
are.
I would kind
so.
of. Okay. 5 miles forward, nothing.
But also 5 miles straight
Yeah.
up.
5 miles backwards, up, down, left, right, everywhere. Nothing. But this is a very large mountain range as well.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, I think I'll stand there and she'll just look up at the entrance and go, well, it's not anywhere near here.
Oh. Well, that's good to know. It would have been a waste of time if we would have gone in.
Yeah,
I was here.
like before.
Sin sort of turns and looks towards the mountains.
Yeah, a lot of ground to cover then, is what that means.
I think find a good central spot. Go from there.
That's what I'm wondering. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, just when he was talking to that lady about the creatures up in the mountains, did she mention a way that people were getting up there at all? That was so long ago, I don't remember that detail at all, but...
She just mentioned the creatures were in the mountains, but she didn't mention how anybody got up there.
Okay.
Someone like that might be good to talk to, though, and see if there is like an entrance point.
A good way to get up there.
Yeah, I thought about that too. Yeah.
Well, she seemed to have worked, from what Winifred said, she seemed to have worked with some hunters in the past and different things like that. So perhaps she might have heard something, at least we could ask. There's no harm in it.
I was gonna say, just where we're at, it doesn't seem like there's like an obvious trail necessarily that would lead up at all, or...
Are you looking for a way up the mountains?
Or even just like a trail that seems like it leads in the direction up the mountains. You know, I'm not expecting necessarily like a really clear shot.
State park path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nicely paved for
a
us.
sign that says
Yeah.
mountains of plenty. You know,
That was in
a trail
Beacons.
marker.
Are you going to like walk over towards the edge and kind of look around for a bit, or you just want to like
I think-
where you're standing by the mines try to just spot something?
I think I would just maybe walk a little bit one way or the other, and see if I can find anything that looks promising as a starting point.
Okay. So why don't you give
Even,
me
like, an animal trail or something, maybe.
give me a perception or survival roll.
I always go back to the tavern, see if anyone out here is more of a hiker. Knows the trails up in the mountains.
17. It's the same stat for either one, so
Okay.
I guess survival.
Sure. So you just kind of wander around looking. There are some like places that look like you could start climbing the mountains from here if you wanted to.
Okay. Okay.
You know that you'd probably have to go 5+ miles to be able to even chance getting something else with your spell really feeling there's nothing
Right.
within 5 miles, but
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, if you want to finish, I just had a question.
no, that's everything.
Logistics-wise, with the way that you'd be factoring in us climbing and different things, would it be like kind of a waste of time if we started hiking up from here and then started trying to go for, like, almost like, is the base of the mountain going 5 miles on foot, and then is that seem like a better use of our time?
So,
If that makes sense.
as you guys are talking, Edison actually kind of like walks up to you, Euphemia. I mean, if there's nothing within 5 miles, pick a peak. I can get us up there.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Oh.
He just points to his hat.
You can do that. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if we should... Do we want to see if anyone in town has a direction that seems likely, or should we just pick something? I will ask the other two also.
If we're not gonna hike, I mean, at this point, it's gonna be probably anybody's guess is not gonna be any worse than the other. If we were actually hiking from this point, then yeah, it'd be nice to know if there's any known paths to make the first part easier. Because I'm guessing we're probably going to be getting into some unknown territory.
Oh, I assume so.
And just remember,
Do we want to head towards...
you get one of these going out the mountain, because I need one to come back in case of emergency.
Man, I just feel this overflowing good feeling. I just wish I could capture it and hold on to it or something. Feel good today.
Your heart's already full.
So full.
Well, do we want to head towards Mid-Rock or Barrow Run? I guess that would maybe be... Pick a direction.
I mean, I was thinking straight in, but that's just me.
So, a little ways. A little ways.
Well, you didn't mean going to a city, did you?
No, I just mean in the direction of. Do we want to go
I see.
right a bit?
I see.
Do we want to go up and north?
I think
Mark,
either one would work.
for scale, 5 miles would be what sort of radius from Edgefort? Like visually, is
Yep.
this?
So, see where the token is on the map. I'll just do this for you guys as reference.
Mm-hmm.
One day's travel goes to there. So that's like
Okay.
24 miles that far.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
I just
here
saw it.
to
All right.
there,
Good.
like 24 miles. So it's
Okay.
smaller than that.
Mhm.
It's a fifth of the distance
yeah.
traveled there.
So like our token basically covers the 5 mile radius essentially.
Essentially, yes.
Oh,
This is a big world. This is a big world.
How dare you make this world so big?
I know. Sorry,
I know,
guys.
it's huge. As
I'm-
I'm looking up at like the mountain peaks, is there any that is there like one that looks like it's maybe got? Are they just? Is it just like rock or is it foresty?
Yeah, it's very rocky. There are, especially in the lower parts, little like some trees here and there, but it's much
Yep,
more
yep.
rock. It's not very snowy here, from what you can see.
Okay.
Probably there's these like 3 peaks that you see, like one here, and one here. Those are the main 3 peaks that you notice,
Okay.
and otherwise you can't see much beyond that.
Okay. I think I would pick like maybe the one that is where I assume is like straight on from us, like directly north.
If you click and hold, you'll ping where you're wanting to be, or just hover. I can see your cursor. So this one right here.
That one? Yeah.
Okay.
I like it. Yep, I was thinking that range
Yep.
right there.
Mhm.
Yep.
I mean, we have
We're
to
in
start
the-
somewhere, so we
We're in
just
the
need to start narrowing it
NTY
down.
of plenty.
Yeah, that's the highest one too of the ones you can see. That's the tallest one.
Cool. Maybe
So-
that'll give us the most vantage point. I don't know.
Yeah.
Eleanor will say, before we go, if you don't mind waiting, which we don't have to, but I already expended one of my only resources to try and get Winifred off your ankle, Edison. So if we wait a few extra moments, maybe another 30 minutes or so, then I would be back to being able to be at full strength if you do not mind.
He looks
What a
up.
cool feature to have.
He looks up at the mountains and. Yes, for what's about to come, I'm gonna take a smoke break.
Also, just thinking it's probably is best to start high at a peak and then go down from it. A lot easier than climbing
Yeah.
out.
That was my thought.
I like it. I'm getting there eventually with these thoughts. You guys are just, I'm reaffirming yours. I don't feel like I'm saying them. I'm just finally catching up and being like, yeah, that's a great idea.
Okay.
I don't want people to think I'm stealing y'all's idea.
Edison lights up a
collaborative team.
little cigarette.
You know what?
and
Perfect.
lets you guys talk. If you want to talk.
Are we just gonna wait by the mine entrance, or should we?
And where do you want to go?
How far is the cemetery from here?
It's. I mean, you could definitely like get there and back within an hour if you wanted to.
Would it count as a short rest still?
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Wow!
As long as nothing crazy
Okay.
happens. Yes.
Right. I wasn't planning on anything crazy. I do think she would look at everyone and kind of. She's. Would you mind very much if we did stop over there before we left?
Okay.
Not at all.
Yes, that's fine.
So I'll take off in that direction.
There's no chasing each other. I don't have that spell today.
Wasn't going to touch anything.
Thank you.
As we are walking, though, I'll like go up to Euphemia and say a little quietly so she doesn't get embarrassed, but I'll say, "You talked to him very well."
Like I said, too much.
No, it was perfect. For the situation, it was very appropriate.
Thanks. I don't really know how to. How do you even? You know.
You shared a bit of your heart, and I think it was perfect for what he needed to hear. To be helpful.
She's blushing a little bit. She like ducks away.
That's why she said it quietly too, so no one else would hear the praise.
This is so much praise all at once. This is a lot.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Well, thank you for being there to help. I was glad I didn't have to do it by myself.
Of course. I barely needed to step in at all. That's why I wanted to say you did a lovely job.
Thanks. She's so flustered. She doesn't know what else to say.
Eleanor walks calmly on.
Yeah,
Lets the silence reign.
Right. She's like looking very busily out into the forest, like not making eye contact with you.
Edison leaves us boys, huh?
Just kind of glance at you. I guess.
Yeah. It's weird having a person out a tattoo on your leg.
Yes.
Hey, I was kind of curious. You were talking a little bit about like what you're gonna do in the future and stuff. Think you're always going to be a watchlight? Do you want to like maybe have your own like private detective thing?
I think the watchlight will give me more access.
Do you trust everybody with the watchlight?
Do I trust everyone?
Mm-hmm.
I would not say absolutes, no, but majority, yes.
With our workings with the watchlight in the other world, if you do have someone to look out for, might be something you could tell us at some point. It might help us navigate the waters better without your help there.
If I had a true suspicion of someone who was corrupt, I would have probably made it known to my higher-ups already.
Good to know. I think you're a good guy. Appreciate all the help.
Of course.
Kind of help us out. That's fine. I guess we're not there. That's fine. I'm sorry.
We need to get this mission done.
Yep.
This is exactly like Dav trying to talk to you, Phoebe. I couldn't just say.
Oh yeah. No, he's using the same approach. It's just guy talk. He was about to
That's
push
funny.
forward with a Euphemia question, but he's like, "This is not the time."
You got shut down. You got shut down. You got
What
Yeah.
are your dreams,
there it is.
Edison?
You open for like, a druid sort of, situation, maybe.
Oh my gosh.
You guys teleport, and suddenly Dad finds himself standing left there. He didn't get teleported.
Oh, we don't need him.
So weird.
I'm on his other leg.
But you guys walk through the woods, you go through the path, you see kind of the stone structures along the way that are there, and eventually make your way to the graveyard. It's very quiet here. There's occasional chirping of birds, but it's otherwise pretty quiet and secluded from the rest of the city.
I'll just be a few minutes, I promise. I don't want to hold us up too much. I would like to look for the Bannets. That was her first stop.
So you walk around a little bit, and it's not too difficult to find, but you do find both their graves.
Yeah. I'll kneel down and like take my notebook back out of my pack and pull some flowers out and leave them there. And I think I'll even put my hand like on the ground in between the two of them and just whisper a couple little druidic words about, because I don't know how conversational druidic is, but just like some like words about like peace and apology and gratitude and a few different things. I would say her posture does change pretty visibly. To look pretty heavy again, being back here. But I'll also stop at my dad and Maribel. And I'm gonna do the same exact thing to each one, basically. She's also not lingering too long. She's kind of feels the urgency of wanting to get going, but wanted to stop at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, just sitting on the rock that you had mentioned to him before. I'll just be whittling away at his projects while I was waiting on you.
Eleanor's like sitting on the same rock that she sat at, very angry last time we were here, and is just sort of thinking about how different the situation is than the last time.
It's so different. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I would just make my rounds. She's moving with a little bit of like the awareness that everybody else is there, and she's not trying to hold up our plans since we still have to a good vantage point.
I'm curious if the shrooms came back, but I don't think now's the time to check.
Well, I'm walking over there, so I suppose I would see.
Aren't they buried though? Or are
No,
they
they
on
were
top
buried
as
on
well?
top.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't see anything right now.
Cool.
But Euphemia, with your passive, you do notice that Edison's eyes kind of follow you around to each grave, just as you kind of look back. It's just standing back a little ways, keeping an eye on you.
Watch out, there's a cougar.
A bobcat.
He's visiting you like every 5 minutes. So cute.
He's so needy today. Yeah. I think at one point she would maybe just nod at him about like that she noticed that he was watching, and then she'll continue on her little stops, and then I'll just walk back over to everybody after a few minutes. I'll pack back up. I think I'm as ready as I'll be to go. Like we are.
I'm ready.
And while she was doing that, I wanted to have been looking at like the climbing equipment and stuff. Like, what all is it? Does it seem like Eleonora should not be wearing a dress with the biggest skirt ever
Yes.
for this?
Yes.
Okay. I was just thinking about that. Like, I don't know how practical that's going to be.
Not practical at all.
So she's like, yeah, so she's like examining it and like gives kind of like a. So like, when Euphemia comes back, she's like, I may need to borrow some different clothes if you would be willing.
I mean, I have a skirt too, so I suppose. Out of character.
Yeah, wait.
Do you guys want some pants?
We might need some trousers.
Unfortunately.
We could stop back in town. Unless you have 2 extra pairs.
I mean, mine are pretty skinny, so if you want to try them on, we got spare clothes.
Are they clean?
Yeah, I just cleaned up before we left here. We were in town.
I'm sure they're fine.
I examined them just to make sure.
You even know prestidigitation, you're fine.
Does he have 2 extra pair though, or is that 1? How many extra pair of clothes do you have? Because I only have 1.
He went shopping. Like, we all went shopping
true.
I mean, one of them definitely has holes in it for sure. It's not the best pair, but yeah, this would have been his 3rd set of clothes that he's on. Because we bought cold gear at one point.
Right.
And I figured when you're traveling, you at least have a pair or 2 with you typically. At least I used to when I hiked. So.
Right.
Yeah. And I bought a bunch of outfits, but none of them are practical for this. So
I'll just take the pair that looks the worst. Because I know Eleanor's not gonna want it.
mercy. Merciful woman.
Dragging you up a mountain, the least I can do is wear the older pair of pants.
All right. So you quickly get changed, all set to go on your journey towards the mountain.
You guys look great.
Oh, thank you.
Edison stows away his scarf, as that would not be the best thing.
You're going away for now.
I feel like putting on the climbing gear might be smart before we teleport.
Like before we go up.
Yeah, it's
For
just
like
a harness.
balance.
So
Oh yeah.
it's a harness, and then you put ropes and pitons or pythons in, whatever it is.
For my guy that's wearing harnesses, they make it a lot harder to walk around when you're not using them properly.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there.
It's a little rough, but
yeah, you don't want to be wearing them like now.
We might not need them for a while anyway if we're gonna cast a spell. So
Sure. All right.
You're gonna be like kind of imagine, you know, like when you're like fully dressed to go out in the snow as a kid and you're just like waddling around.
Exactly
like
that.
that's what a harness does to
crab walking.
Yeah.
I mean, it squeezes in some places, so yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. So you walk back into town, back closer to the mines. At this point, it seems like the mining crew has left to go on their journey into the mines. But Edison looks up at the 3 different peaks, just points to that one. All right. Are you all ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
Okay.
Got Featherfall ready.
Gather around.
Yeah, I grab onto the 2 people's closest to me's hands because I just feel like she's really nervous about us pooping somewhere really bad.
Oh yeah, this could definitely go bad.
Yeah.
I
Tie
roll.
ourselves together before we teleport.
As he casts teleport with his hat. Let me mark that off on his character sheet. And I need to roll for this. Oh, this is a viewed once location. So this is a
Perfect.
This is a bit of a tough one.
You have all those blesses these, Mark. You're good.
Yeah, it doesn't work on this roll. 4 is not going to make a huge difference on a percentile roll.
That's fair.
All right, let's see where that is going to end up.
I put a pants gif in the chat just to help me cope with my nervousness.
Appreciated it. What that feels right now. It feels needed.
On top of that, there is a mishap roll. All right.
Go.
There is a mishap on this casting as well.
Yep. All right.
We're all boxes.
That would be unfortunate.
We'll go sledding down the hill for a little bit.
Oh no. Just imagine the mishap dials of the world right now going like, wee.
So you guys feel a bit of a mishap
what?
happen, but you feel that sucking sensation of being moved from one place to another again. Your whole self kind of shudders for a moment, and poof, you feel like, again, it's colder when you arrive. It's not like ice cold, it's not freezing or anything, but you are clearly higher up than where you were originally. You look around and you are on a mountaintop. You can look down and see quite far in most directions. He kind of like looks around to see if, like, because the way the spell works is you can end up on target or off target or similar area or mishap. So he's kind of like trying to judge if he landed in the right spot or not.
Right. Does it seem like we did based on like how far down we can see?
Give me a survival roll. A roll for him as well.
16.
Okay. You kind of like view down, look at the surrounding mountains for what you can see. He looks like he's on target.
Oh my god.
I rolled a 96 for the roll.
Wow. See, 4 points makes the difference. It would have been 100.
Gosh, that's awesome.
That's really good.
Yep, on target.
Does he look convinced of where he's at, since I'm also kind of looking around?
He looks around too and just kind of nods. Like, I think we're good.
You did.
I think
I did
got
good.
it.
You can look down, you can see the forest kind of where you came from. That's on the side of, or like surrounding Edge Fort, that whole section.
Okay.
Looks right.
We just saved so much time.
Good work.
Everyone's got good footing. Like
Yes.
what kind of feet? Like what kind of space do we have? Like is it a peak where it's like a couple feet on either side, or?
Yeah, so there is some wider sections, some that are pretty small. You kind of landed in a spot that fits all four of you. But yeah, there's lots of rockiness. It's not a path. Like it's just kind of like you're on solid ground, and you don't want to fall at this point. This would be a bad time to fall, as you are up fairly high. But you are solidly standing currently. But you can see around you all these rocky slopes going down. You're not at the very peak of this place. There's a little bit that goes up from here as well.
Okay.
But he turns to you, Euphemia, and do you want to try again?
Yeah, I'll cast it here.
All right. Is this ritual
Are
or?
we okay waiting? Are we okay waiting 10 minutes, or should I make this one?
Yes. Yes.
All right, then I'll ritually cast it.
The more we can conserve for anything that pops up, the better.
Yes.
Oh, for sure. I was trying to make sure nobody was like woozy standing there for too long.
Oh, I'm not eager to be moving anytime soon, so please take your time.
It's second level.
All right. So you go ahead and cast that.
Did you say a mishap happened? Do we know what the mishap was that happened on the teleport?
You do not know.
Okay.
You guys kind of felt that
Eleanor's
energy
definitely
around
like
you.
holding on to Dav's arm a little bit though, like looking down, like she looks like really uncomfortable for a
Are you
minute.
afraid of heights?
I did not realize I was until standing here, but yes, I'm not the biggest fan, personally.
To be fair, I know about myself. I do not have a fear of heights. I have a fear of falling. So the fact that I have feather fall is making me okay right now. If I didn't have it, I'd probably be in your shoes. So.
Oh, that
Right.
is comfort, actually.
So I was gonna tell anyone if someone goes, just jump after him because I'll jump after him too. We can all just fall together, or not, or stay where you
Well,
are.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Just make a choice, but yeah, figure together is better than apart. You know.
Yes.
Trying not to listen to you guys while she's focusing on
Sorry.
casting this. Like,
So you complete your spell casting. You have a mishap as well.
yep.
This is a potentially big mishap too. Let me see what you get.
Oh, good.
Yep, this is an extreme one. Let's find out what this one's gonna be.
One light comes away.
Let's see.
You're made into a tattoo on your crush's leg.
Your crush's other leg.
Like, collect the whole set, but
Can you imagine having that mishap though? Big. Oh my god, I have a crush on you too. Wait, this is weird. Like, and now I wanted to find out.
way to learn that.
All right. Interesting.
Oh boy.
So you I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna make this work. Okay. So you cast your spell and you reach out within 5 miles. And there is a point that pings for you. I'll show you on the map about where it gets to. It's slightly south of you, where you
Okay.
are. Down the mountain a little
Okay.
bit. There's a little bit of like a spot that looks like it is within the earth. It's right on that edge of like 4 to 5 miles away, though. It's sort of far away. It's going to be a little bit of a journey to get to. But there is a point that pings.
Okay.
Right next to it is the spot I was thinking. It's funny. I was thinking the spear.
As you do that, though, and you kind of look south, you hear this kind of like clopping, clip-clop sound as materializing nearby you is an ethereal-looking horse of some kind that just arrives next to you. It just stands there, kind of beside you.
Is it floating or is it on
It's on the ground, like, it's there. Like, if you guys have played Breath of the Wild or seen it, think like the Lord of the Mountain type of a situation. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but think Lord of the Mountain from Breath of the Wild. You can look up out in the break if you want to get a kind of... It's not like as weird looking as that. It's sort of like actual horse looking, but it does have a fey tinge to it as well as you look at it. But
did you just Zydron this?
I don't know. I did. That was a mishap. I didn't do that.
Well, that's cool.
But I did feel something. And she'll point in the, like, she'll, as well as she can, like, indicate the direction, she'll point. And just say, it felt like it was underground somewhere, but it's over that way. Definitely near the end of the range.
Let's get moving. And
what do we do with
horse?
If I like reach out and pat it, does it do anything? Is it feel material?
So you reach out, it does kind of feel material. It's odd because it's not like furry or anything. It's just kind of like there. You can touch it, but it's odd to touch. It feels solid, but not quite like a horse would normally feel.
Yeah. Well, this is interesting. Well, hello. You can come with us if you want.
Just kind of like standing there as you...
You're not gonna make a horsey noise for us?
No, it's not a horse.
No.
Do I have any room to like move a few steps and see if it follows? That would be...
If you want to start walking in that direction, like it just seems like it's following right after you.
Okay. Well, I guess it's coming along for now.
Well, I wish one of us had animal friendship around there.
Yeah,
I mean, air up here is really weird. Sorry.
I could spend another 10 minutes to speak with it, but I don't know if we need that necessarily.
You do have that.
Right now.
Actually, I didn't know you had that. I don't think it's relevant either, but I'm just curious what it has to say. Maybe later.
See if it stays around.
It'd be really helpful
Does it
if we
look
need
like...
something to carry stuff off the mountain.
Well, it depends how steep it is, but hopefully this thing might be a little more sure-footed even.
Like in Breath of the Wild when you like are on the mountain, you just like fall off your horse. Like...
Yeah,
I don't know.
Ragdoll down the mountain.
Oh,
Sorry, you got out of range before Featherfall could be activated. My bad.
Yeah, you don't want to beat the horse god after that point if you kill your horse.
oh no.
You can make your way, starting to go down carefully at this point, down the mountain a little bit.
Do we feel like it's steep enough where we need climbing gear? Like just for ropes and to catch us, or not really at this point?
At this current moment, no. But you kind of look ahead of you, and it looks like there may be points that it could come in handy to have some climbing gear.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
And that's where we're going to take a break, as I'm going to do a quick chat blessing, and then we're going to go break, which is going to Rachel, who already has one. Okay.
I barely rolled. I'm so sorry.
I know.
Everyone's trying to get Ashley one, because she's the only one who can still get one, but
Yeah.
everyone's missing the
trying.
target. But we're going to go take a break real quick. We will be back shortly as they continue in the mountains with a phantom horse. So we'll see what happens at that point. Be back soon.
Phantom!
Hello everyone, we're back and ready to get into our second half. Our players saw me dig out a phantom steed, because you never know, encounters are possible in this environment. Which reminds me,
Physical speed, though.
as we start this up, I'm going to change this music for one, because I had different music planned up for the mountains.
Oh, Mark, I always do mage armor in the morning when
Sure.
we're going out too, so...
Nope, no
That's
retconning.
right
It's too late. No mage armor for you. Sorry. Let me roll mishap chance on that one. Miss telling me now when the mishap level's lower.
No, it was lower earlier!
I mean, it was high when we teleported and she did the ritual, so yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Cheater's gonna cheat, it's fine, you know. No mishap on it.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks.
But
Nothing ever bad happens to Eleanor.
She dies 4,000 times.
Oh my
Right.
goodness. You guys
Petrified.
pick a volunteer. I'll let you guys vote on who's gonna roll the d20 for the mountains. You guys can decide who you want to vote for to be, decide amongst yourselves.
Nice, jail it. Let's do it.
Who wants
You want to do it?
I'd totally volunteer to do it.
Okay.
Mike wants to roll the d20?
I love scenarios like this because I just know it's always going to go bad.
What? I don't want it to go bad.
Guys, I'm just saying that so it goes well. See, now I don't. Now I
Oh no, Rachel, you messed it up.
I did it.
Go ahead.
Even if I fell for it, you were so good.
said it. I know. I believe in it. I still want to roll. Can I roll?
Okay,
Go
roll,
ahead.
roll,
I
roll.
want to
Make
roll
a
this time.
D20
I haven't
roll.
rolled in a while. I got really scared last time. All right, you guys get to choose though. Is it? Actually, this looks like mining stuff, so we'll go with that one. 14.
14. Sounds good.
That's a fun number.
That's a very fun number. All right. So,
Perfect.
Save the world.
all right.
I love that we've just been saying that all the time for everything now.
So,
Save the
you
horse, save the world.
you begin your journey down the mountain a little bit, and there are definite points where things get a little rough and hard. This is not a path. Like, you are kind of free climbing down the rocks as you go. Like, it's not like a sheer drop yet,
Right.
but
Well, we're doing our best.
it's going down this kind of like slight angled section. So just because it is something that requires a bit of dexterity, I'm going to ask for acrobatics rolls from everybody at this point in your journey.
Boy.
Okay.
All right.
I was.
Do we have
thinking-
our climbing gear? Do we need it?
You
or...
can certainly put it on if you'd like to. It's up to you.
We're at the part where it would benefit us. That was what you're saying.
Well, you're not pinned into anything at this point, so climbing gear won't do anything unless you actually start using rope to, like,
Unless we're going
Notch
down a
and
sheer
stuff.
drop, we probably
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
won't use it specifically.
Yeah, I'm not thinking I'd be first because of his vision, but I'll probably be going second.
Okay.
To be able to react to anybody falling. If that makes sense.
Okay.
So I could feather fall. if
Who's
we ever
first,
needed
then?
to. I mean,
It is kind of a one at a
I think I'm
time
gonna
type
use
of environment. So
I'm gonna use my reroll and then I'll
I'm
go
definitely
first.
using my reroll.
I used my reroll.
okay.
I'm not
Both
Starting
Mike
this-
and Ashley using the rerolls.
falling down the mountain.
I'm using my reroll.
Oh, everybody
Oh,
uses the
gosh.
reroll. Uh-oh.
Well, does it look pretty dangerous?
I mean,
I
if you
know.
fall, yeah. But it's not, like, extremely dangerous, but still, you
It's
probably
gonna
don't
be
want to lose your
dangerous
foot.
everywhere. On a roll.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8.
I got a 13.
8, 13.
That's a 20.
Natural 20. All right.
It was a 1, so to be fair.
Yeah, I rolled like a 6. I was like, that's not nope.
So what's your marching
I was-
order? Dav second, said.
I mean,
Figured based on what we are saying, Eleanor would probably be after me. So I was kind of aiding her. But
first since I'm trying to track where this flower was. I suppose that would make the most sense.
Okay. And Edison can take the rear.
Between you and Edison. Where's this steed going?
The horse is kind of... The horse would technically be sort of second, I guess, because it's following Euphemia.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's like in between you two as you go.
Maybe you can catch me if I do fall.
Oh, never mind. Your music's on.
It is on.
That wasn't on.
It is on. But yeah, the horse is following. Let me roll for the horse just to see. Yeah, horse makes it.
Horse is good.
So, Edison got a 24. Euphemia, you're heading up a little bit, taking the lead. And you're doing all right. You're kind of keeping your foot in. There's some rocks. You kind of like slightly have your ankle kind of push off to the side and starts clattering down the stone. The horse is doing okay as well, following behind you. It feels almost like the horse is like kind of light footsteps as well, even though you hear the clopping on the stone. It still seems sort of light as it is traveling. And yeah, Dav does fine. And then Eleanor, there's a few moments you like sort of slip down and you kind of slide for a moment, and Edison or Dav can grab you to kind of prevent you from falling too far or sliding too far.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not your environment. Like your leg's gonna give out at a couple points, and it's...
We probably should have gotten you better shoes. I didn't think about that. That's my bad.
Definitely the shoes.
Yeah.
100% the shoes.
Just blame the shoes, yes.
But there are nice little boot tips that you can put on from your kits if you want to. I know Edison has a kit that he's using.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah, I feel like that would
help.
be smart.
Yeah.
He puts his gloves on and kind of gets ready to do the harness whenever needed as well. But
I'll install some tips on Eleanor's shoes and my shoes. Make sure to help us walk a little better.
Yeah, I would use them if we have them for sure.
okay.
Thank you. She like doesn't even look like she wants to crouch down. So, like that's what he's doing it for. Like,
All right.
do not trust my balance. I do not trust it.
Does that actually give us any benefit, or is it just when we're using like the full harness sort of thing?
I'll just keep that in mind going forward. It's heavily for like kind of kicking into stone or getting more of a grip on stone, but
Sure.
it will help a little bit.
Bobcat.
There's a lot of them in these mountains, man.
You start heading
You just want to be
down,
there friendly.
traveling as you go, and you begin your journey down the descent, keeping in mind kind of where you're looking. If you'd like to, you can roll a perception check to kind of survey as you go, maybe a pathway forward.
Yeah, I would love to.
Can I help or?
I'd say it's her as the leader of the group for sure. You can also, I'm gonna say with your role, you're more focused on keeping your footing. So
I was gonna say if I could bamf out Micum to help aid her. That's what I was
No,
thinking.
you can't roll, sir.
Oh, okay, fine. Micum's gone. Fine.
Hey, he's the
Sorry, I was
horse.
talking to my cat. He was trying to see my d20. Sir, when he's misbehaving. It's 18.
18. Okay. So, not too bad of a sight. You kind of look out ahead of you, and you begin to survey the rocks. And there's a few points that you kind of even wonder, like, if that's an opening of some sort.
Okay.
Kind of like a way into the mountains.
Okay.
But you continue to push forward. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, if I see those spots specifically, I would try and find a spot where we could pause our descent if possible, and maybe tell Dav and indicate that and say, I wonder if you could have Micah check those out.
How far away do you think we're pointing towards? More than 100 feet.
Way beyond 100 feet. Well beyond 100 feet.
As we get closer,
Yeah.
we seem to kind of circle by them.
Okay.
I got idea.
But you begin to keep pushing downward, trying to keep Eleanor safe as you go. It's a grueling trek, as this is not, again, any sort of path. You are completely going off-roading with this. You kind of head down one side, and know you have to kind of come up on another to get to the point that looks like an opening that you see. There is that point where you get to a spot where you feel like climbing gear would probably be smart to start using at this point. Just at least for this section, because if you fall, you might fall a long way down if the momentum carries you.
Alright, well, guess we gear up.
Alright, so you get all equipped in your
I just say,
climbing gear.
Edison to not hold our hand and maybe being like, maybe you guys should buy some climbing gear. Like, we had to ask him, are you buying anything? And then he said, oh yeah, I'm bringing climbing gear. It's like, if we didn't think of that.
Thought you guys are professionals. You're monster hunters.
Why wouldn't you?
We really had put forward a very good front when we got to this timeline.
Oh, that's true. Timeline 2, we're like way less pathetic.
You guys are monster hunters. What are you doing? Don't you know you're talking about?
When we were asking the mayor for money, I wanted to see what his reaction was because we projected ourselves as very competent.
Yeah.
True.
Of course, we're experts. From day one, I've said we're experts on this stuff, okay? You guys have been so against me. I've been pitching this from day one. I'm the big picture guy, okay?
Oh, man.
So,
I knew we'd get to this point right here.
We definitely projected that we were quite competent.
Yeah, right.
So, just kind of expecting you guys to know what you're doing. Going to the mountains.
Yeah.
Climbing gear is what you bring.
Makes sense. It makes sense.
So,
We knew that.
absolutely.
This is the part that Dad's been excited for. He's like, all right, Eleanor, harness up. Just like tightening stuff that has not ever been tightened before. Like, oh my.
Oh yeah, it's very tight
she's
too.
totally scandalized. Yeah, it's like the worst thing. Like, she's like
this is like a corset you don't want to wear, okay?
Right?
It's highly irregular.
I mean, it primarily goes kind of around your hips and around your legs. That's where it gets really tight. But it squeezes your legs really good, securely. Like you probably put it on where it felt a little snug, and Dad's like, nope. Just pulls it even more and just gets so tight. Like you need it secure.
Your blood circulation isn't tingling, it's too loose. I actually had a safety guy say that to me one time.
I mean, you don't want it to come loose. That would be so bad. That would be very bad. Dislocate your leg or something.
This is too real to me right now, I'm just saying. I got my OSHA card, everybody sign off, we're gonna have a safety meeting before this.
She has her hand over her mouth as he's doing it. It looks like she's just trying to hide her just abhorrent embarrassment, but she lets you do it.
You're a smile on his face.
Oh my gosh.
You're enjoying this too much, Davril.
Sorry.
But the one thing, as you kind of look at this, is I don't know how you're getting a horse up this.
I don't know if it can follow or not. It was doing so good.
You made it down, all right. Getting up this point is going to be a challenge, if not impossible.
Yeah.
So.
I kind of feel like I should tell it that it might not get to come.
Are we going down?
You were going down, now you gotta go up.
Go down and then we gotta go back.
Oh, we're going back up? Okay.
Yep.
So
I misunderstood. I thought we were going down a sheer face, okay.
You went down, and now you're gonna begin to go up.
I got you. I thought we were still going down, but just a straight down sort of thing. Like rappelling.
Yeah, we're not to that point. We're done with the down. We're on the up now. So
yeah, cool.
So
he'll find his own path.
I think so. Yeah. She'll look at it and pat it kind of sadly, be like, "I'm sorry if you can't follow us. Hopefully you're okay here."
just kind of like looks at you as you pat it, and Edison kind of begins to pull out some rope and some pitons, whatever the pronunciation is.
I think they're pythons.
I think it's Titans, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, whatever one it is. Gotta get some pythons.
Wow, that's a good one.
That's how I remember things, is I get word associations.
Yeah.
Just
Food
like
is
Michael
a
Scott.
bonus.
But he starts, pulling out the rope. Which one of you feel like the best at climbing?
Normally it would be Winnie, unfortunately. I mean, I can go. I'm not too bad.
I mean, I can always climb too if you need me to. Somebody's gotta be the first one up, though, to start nailing things in.
This would be strength-based, right? Not
Yep.
acrobatics. Yep.
Tell you what, I'll do it. And Edison just sort of like looks towards the mountainside and begins to survey.
There's visible,
Yeah, we're all
visible
just like,
relief on Euphemia's
Yeah.
face. Like, oh, good. Whew, it's gonna take me 400
I'll be last.
years
I'll
to
catch you if
build
anything happens.
it.
And you watch as he begins to climb up with athletics. I'm going to use his D4.
Burning through all our resources today.
He begins to climb. And it's slow going, but he's getting there. He's finding spots. He kind of like takes one of those pythons and nails it in at one point, like holds on and kind of puts it in a spot and then starts nailing and loops a rope through it and sends it down, ties it off, heads up a little bit more, nails in another one. Takes a little while, but he seems to be doing okay at it. But you guys do have the assistance of ropes now, as you can begin to climb.
Okay. I'll go next.
Alright, give me an athletics roll.
11.
Okay. Thankfully, you have the rope. It makes it a little easier to kind of support yourself. And you're slow going as well, getting up there, but you begin to make it up this cliffside. Who's next?
all right. I'll
Don't worry.
try.
We'll basically like half pull you up. You got this. Just find a
You-
spot, grab it, and go. And don't look down.
By the
Oh,
way, Euphemia,
fine.
as you arrive at the top, you watch as at the base, the horse like disappears and then it appears up next to you.
I was just wondering about that.
She looks delighted, honestly. This is
That's
the best.
awesome.
Like, it's
So
a little distracting
great.
to the mission, but she loves it.
He's our new friend.
Like, Euphemia and the horse both look over the edge. Watch everyone climb up.
I'll use my D4.
Here's the D4, okay.
13.
Okay. You also make it up just fine. And again, it's a little slow going, but yeah, you make it up without any issue.
Sweet.
You
She's
didn't-
probably like, she's not saying it very loud, but she's just like amping herself ever like, all right, Eleanor, just one more, just go, you know, and just like trying to like,
You got this.
yeah.
Yeah, Edison will help pull you up at the top, but one left.
Thank you.
You're up, Dev.
He goes about halfway, and then he looks down. Oh, I told myself not to look down. Bruh. Shouldn't have done it. Key up. There it is. That's a fun one. I'm gonna use the D4
All right.
if I can find one. Okay. Okay. So plus 0, so 11.
Just enough. As you slowly make your way up there as well.
Yeah.
And
Thank
Get
you
to the top
for
point.
listening.
you're able to sort of get the ropes kind of looped back up, and you all successfully climbed up this wall.
It's like laying on the ground.
I know.
It feels like it.
when we get up here, does it look any closer to like one of those openings or one of those potential openings to where Dav can send Micah out?
You're getting there. It's still more than 100 feet away at this current moment,
Okay.
but you can start moving up there if you'd like to.
I would maybe point up and suggest that. Yeah.
Yeah, great. Further. Yeah, awesome. The height's starting to get to
So you proceed up again. It's very twisty and kind of up this rock, up over this way, up another rock, up as you go, and trying to keep your footing as well. Keeping the same marching pattern, I'm assuming. One more acrobatics check just to see how you all do with your footing.
Oh. Okay.
The upward climb is different than the downward climb.
Oh, nat 20!
There you go.
Oh.
She's learned so fast. She's a profesh.
Dab at one point like lets his arms go, like letting someone do training wheels without like being held. Like, look at you go!
This
He rolled a
horse is
17.
Nimble.
this horse is amazing too at climbing up these slopes apparently as well. Rolled an 18 on the die,
Dang.
so
Whoa.
Nice. I got an 18 total.
Look at
Nice.
us go!
so the climb up is actually way better for you all. You seem to be kind of understanding
Oh,
where to
nice.
put your feet, where to go, and you make it up the section all right. It's up a little ways kind of where it is. You can sense the general spot. So if you want to, you are within 100 feet if you'd like to send Micah up there to keep a look.
So
I would-
this is the cave, not the flower, though, right?
No, there's
You
like an
spotted.
opening that was spotted. You
That seems like it might be an opening, which
It's a
could maybe
possible
take us
opening.
to the
For sure,
floor.
for sure.
Mhm.
Potential.
Wanna
However,
make
I
sure.
don't think we should get closer. I think it should be Micah because
I agree.
there could be something living in there.
Yep. I will sneak forward
okay?
like 30 more feet just to give Micah a little bit of like way to like go in the cave a little bit if needed with my vision.
Mhm.
So I'll be like 70 feet away. Do you
Okay.
need me to roll stealth or anything, or am I good?
If you'd like to, if you want to be sneaky,
Sneaky. 16.
sounds good.
And then I will bamf Micah out and be like, all right, this is our moment. You and me, we got this, okay? Can't screw up anything. We cannot screw up this mission from this point out. You got this, buddy. And I'll send him off, and I'll, storm wide eyes into his vision. As
Awesome.
I'll fly Micah, kind of try and kind of circle the cave, just one of those like overpass, just to try and like look in and see if there's any movement or see anything. And then if they don't see anything, I'll probably have them land like at the edge of it and look in, and then maybe go in a little bit.
Okay. So you're looking through his eyes. Your passive perception is 9, correct?
Mine is, yes.
Okay. So you send him up there.
His eyes.
Yeah, so it's not a 4 with your disadvantage. It's just a 9.
That's fair.
You fly up.
better perception than I do.
Yeah, but you're not looking through his eyes.
I
You're looking through
know.
your eyes through his eyes. So it's your noticing ability.
I feel like we switched back and forth on this one a couple times. That's fine.
You just don't get the disadvantage at this point. That's the bonus.
makes sense.
You get both eyes.
Cool.
So you head up, viewing through Micah's eyes, and the thing that probably stands out the most to you as you get up near the top point and kind of get close to the peak as you survey it for a moment is there are 2 piles of stacked up stones besides this entrance, which seems slightly odd to you. It does not seem natural in any way.
Yeah, stacked up stones. That's weird. I'm kind of saying out loud to you guys. Realizing he's 30 feet away.
So you talking to
Hear
himself
it.
about
The-
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
There is a
Maybe
moment
talking-
as you are
Maybe
surveying and kind of listening, looking, all that stuff. You hear kind of the wind pick up. And what is Micom's armor class?
So rude. 11.
11. All right. How many hit points does Micom have?
1.
All right. There is a moment of just your vision's cut off and you're back where you were standing amongst everyone else, and Micom is gone.
Yeah, just talked to you about not failing. It takes a good 30 seconds. I'm just like, dang it. And then just shuffles, turns around and shuffles back. Yeah, there's something in that cave. Never saw it. Micom's gone. Stones piled up in that cave. Probably get out of here unless we want to meet what it is.
Micom,
Or
God
we can
bless.
kill it and use the cave. I don't know.
Well, we don't even know if it goes where we need it to.
I feel really good
With
right
this
now,
one-
though.
Pat your shoulder.
Maybe it was worth it. I have charcoal later. I can bring him back, but
I'm
Good.
sorry.
he's fine. He's happy in the Feywild somewhere, I guess, or wherever he's come from.
Would the stacked up stones ring a bell at all of any stories I would have heard growing up about creatures in the mountains or anything?
No, it's just odd. Lots of things can stack stones too.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Okay.
Just from the story, you don't. Nothing pings.
Okay.
Is the
Something
entrance
intelligent enough to stack stones.
Well, that's why I was curious.
Yeah.
Yeah, there must be.
Is the entrance that she was scouting, we were scouting out, is it close to, you know how you said it looked like it'd be 4 or 5 miles off? Have we gone that far for that to seem like even a viable entrance?
This is in the general area, general speaking, of where you would have to go to.
Mm-hmm.
But it's in the mountain, the ping was.
Right.
The thing was underground. This was just it might be a way for us
Yeah.
to get.
It's a possible opening
okay.
to get to the ping.
That was
Sure.
that was my thought in looking at it. Didn't you say I saw a couple of them? Have we passed most of them?
This is the closest one.
This is the
You had some that maybe are. This was probably the biggest one that you saw too.
okay.
But again, it's hard to tell what is an opening, what's just a rock kind of shadow.
Divot and stuff. Okay.
While
If
we're
we
figuring it-
look.
Good.
Oh, I was just gonna say, while we look from, I guess while we're here, could I kind of survey a little closer the rest of the area that's around us and see if I can find another, either something that looks promising or at least an easier path towards what we're trying to
So wait, up
reach?
to this possible opening?
I would say if we're hearing that this opening seems not maybe our first choice, is there something else that
Okay.
that we can see from here?
Sure, you can try. It's going to be much more difficult from being this close to the mountain side. You'd have to probably back up
Correct.
to get a good view, but you can try to look
Okay.
around
I mean,
with
I'll
a
do my
perception
best.
roll.
Okay.
Also gonna cast False Life at 2nd level on Dav.
Let me roll for that. No mishap.
Yeah, I only got a 10.
Yeah, you can't see much of anything at this point. The angle's all wrong too to even get a good viewpoint. It's
Right.
you know something's up there. You're not sure about anywhere else.
Yeah, 11, 10 hit points. Oh,
Awesome.
strong boy.
Edison just kind of looks at Dav casting that spell, and we knew there might be trouble. We going?
Yep. I figured we would. Just waiting for Euphemia. Sounds like our best bet, at least. It's closest.
I mean, it's hard to tell from here if anything else looks like an entrance.
We're not going to know unless we go up to it.
I think that's the problem, yeah.
And eventually we need it.
Just based on region and something that might be intelligent enough to stack stones, do we know what we might be heading into?
Give me a history roll.
Ooh, that's actually pretty good. 18.
18.
22.
So, you have heard of creatures that do live within, like, subterranean stuff. There also are giants that you've heard being in mountains. Could be...
Humans?
Yeah, could be a person, a humanoid, who's living up here. But, yeah, there's the giant type folks. There is things like that. Potentially one of these creatures that you heard about strangling things in Midrock. Who knows?
Red dragon.
Yeah, it's exactly what you want to find is a red
Make a
dragon.
little rock
There's
tower.
another dragon. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
perfect.
Sorry, just pitching it in the end.
You said you didn't see what got Micah at all, right?
Nope. We're still working out our, like, who's looking, what's, you know. I'm just really bad at it.
So we can assume it saw him.
Totally.
Maybe.
That's why I cast this, because in case anything's looking for us. I mean,
If it is intelligent, we could try to reason with it first before we go in gut blazing, but
and with how much we heard about storms picking up here, we're gonna need a spot to get away from storms and rest if need be.
You guys have been traveling for a long time, too.
I was just gonna ask how long, yeah.
Mm-hmm. The day is, like, carrying on. It's going to be dark in a little while.
I think this is our best bet, our closest. Let's scout it out. If we have to take care of something, we do. Who knows? Maybe it's the exact thing we're hunting as our side quest.
A manticore?
Yeah, never heard of manticores specifically stacking stones, but
Yeah, I don't think that was in anything I read, but
I guess if we do run into something that we realize we cannot beat, we still have some backup plans. I just
Yeah,
sort of like look at Edison, like,
we could jump off the mountain and just, float for a bit.
or that.
Guide, guide down. Oh yeah, no, that's probably smarter. Edison's probably the better getaway.
I can get us out of here if we need to. Do you want me to take us back to Edgefort or somewhere else?
Oh,
If we need to.
we
that's a
know.
good question.
I mean, I got the sense there's one here. I would maybe say edge for it. We just find a different way.
Okay. I'll need to recover after that, but
Yes.
that'll be the emergency exit if we need it.
All right, that sounds good.
Okay.
As
Make sure we stay close-ish together. I mean, not so close because we know how that goes sometimes, but
Edison pulls his pistol, kind of looking up the mountain. So, if you getting journeying up, are you guys being stealthy, or are you trying to just go?
As well.
If we wanted to try the sneaking route, I could make us quieter.
Don't
we,
overexert yourself, but if you feel like you would want to, we could. I don't know how important that would be if we're either going to try and talk to it or fight it anyway. It's not like we're trying to sneak past at the moment. Just a thought.
That's fine. I just didn't know if we wanted to try sneaking past.
Sounds like we're gonna want the cave either way.
Yeah. Okay. I'll save it.
Okay.
I just know we all talked about being pretty conservative. So
Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of room.
that's true. Totally up to you.
I think I would be trying to be quiet, though. We
Sure.
probably don't need to, like, traipse up.
Yeah, roll
Yeah.
stealth. Roll stealth.
Bam, 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 bam.
Wow. Really, buddy?
I'm rolling so many 16s today, I got another 18. I just
Nice.
keep rolling different dice, the same number.
Awesome.
3.
3?
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm glad I didn't use my D4 then. 7.
Okay. Sounds good. You guys
I
are
have a
so.
+5 too. Like I'm proficient and stuff. I don't know what's happening.
Euphemia's doing pretty good. Edison rolled a nat 20 for a 30 total on his roll.
Let's
Oh
go.
my god!
He just disappears on
Yeah,
his
he
way
is
up the mountain.
silent moving up this mountainside.
Where did he
Eleanor
go?
and Dav are just, hand arm in arm again, just walking through the crunch of the stone.
Yeah, there are a few moments that some rocks slip and like crack down the mountainside as you guys proceed up.
We'll be
But-
bait.
I'm gonna pull up the map that we have as you guys approach. So let me switch over to the other screen.
Oh, cool.
All right, we got this. Now let me quickly share my camera with you guys, and then I can turn it on for the stream. Give me one moment, everybody. Share this, and then that. Confirm and
that's cool.
that. All right, should be all set.
Ooh. I love that.
And then stream, you need to see
yeah.
this. There you go.
Wow. All your rocks.
Yes, lots of fun rocks. So, you all begin to approach down here.
Oh, fun.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh my goodness, all my
Interesting.
cameras stopped loading. I might have to get out and get back in. I can't see anybody.
All right.
No.
Okay,
I'll be right back.
sounds good. Bye, Rich.
Sometimes the webcam
Yeah.
impacts mine a little bit.
Weirdly enough, we've been experimenting with Bod Ninja or OBS Ninja. That's the one that Tabletop uses. But we've been using Discord for audio, and it's been like a
Yeah.
really, really nice setup lately.
Oh, that's good.
Especially if like someone like has to go out and come back, like happens here quite often. Then it doesn't mess up like the camera positions. It's really fun.
Something to maybe look into, another option. All right. But yeah, you guys look up, and you can't see very well from your angle just because of, angles.
The height. Yeah.
But, I mean, this is pretty sheer, but there are some, like, walkways you could probably loop around if you wanted to try to get up there.
Mm-hmm.
But you begin to head that way, up these mountains a little bit. But with some unfortunate sort of clattering of stone, you guys begin to hear wind picking up. It's kind of whooshing of wind.
Oh, yeah, no. I kind of like quietly say to them, "That's what I heard right before." I'm sure
And I
something
need
happens
all
very
of you
soon.
to roll for initiative.
Whoa.
Oh boy. No chit chat with this creature. Oh, perfect.
Another nat 20.
Hey, look at you.
Wow.
There you
Wow.
go.
You're gonna be
It's just
using
a
the
20.
dice jail emote a lot from now on, aren't you?
There's a bad roll from
Took some
Edison.
fun spells for the mountain too. I'm excited. Probably never gonna work. 'Cause I think we've talked about this before, but I'm excited to see that happen.
All right, Eleanor, what'd you get?
20.
20. Nice. Euphemia, what'd you get?
I'm the balance to Rachel's 20. I got a 1 for 3.
There you go. Deb, what'd you get?
Better than he usually does. 14.
All right, sounds good. Awesome. I need to change music as we are entering an encounter. And the fun thing about all 3 of these songs is they all have the word point in them, which I thought was a fun theme to go with today.
Seems fitting.
All right. So, you all approach up, hear this wind begin to pick up. Eleonora, you don't see anything at this current moment, but is there anything you want to do at the first round of combat?
I guess it depends if you'll like I want to say something, but I also kind of want to hold an action.
Sure. If you
So
what are you holding, I guess?
I would probably want to hold Eldritch Blast maybe. Or yeah, I would want to hold Eldritch Blast but I would like to see if I can negotiate before anything happens, if that makes sense. So I don't know if you're gonna make I have to use my roll as a persuasion roll.
So no, I won't do that. But what are you holding? I guess you're holding it if it attacks, or if you're holding.
Oh, yeah. If it ignores my trying to talk and it attacks,
Okay.
I would attack it back.
Real quick, what are you saying in your 6 seconds of time?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, we are not trying to intrude. We're just passing through looking for information.
Okay.
Please, let's not fight.
All right. And you're holding Eldritch Blast. Do you cast your spell?
Yeah. I would inch forward a little bit too, so I'm not in the very back. Maybe like start to get up.
Up here?
Where
are you going?
Maybe by Euphemia. I'll go by Euphemia for now.
Okay.
Is the horse with us?
Yeah, the horse kind of appears back here.
Okay.
So majestic.
Gotta get all the details.
Or
All the
actually, Mark,
details.
can I go behind that rock that Edison's by, but like in that corner a little bit?
So like here or like other here?
No, up.
Up here?
Yeah, like right there.
Sure.
Like kind of like ducking behind it a little bit with my Eldritch Blast ready, just trying to like take some shelter from this wind that seems to be happening, you know?
Okay. No mishap on your holding of a spell.
Okay.
You have that, you're concentrating on that currently.
Yeah.
Okay. And in your turn, you guys hear this wind begin to swirl and rush up here. And flying down, you notice this elemental air begin to make its way down. It will. Let me see who is going to notice. If anybody. Oh, yeah, definitely is going to notice somebody.
So work on air. No clue.
So, this is truly a large creature. I just don't have a large mini base for it. It's a large size creature. So it flies down and will be inside both of your spaces.
That's fun.
And it's going to whirlwind with both of you in its space. I need both of you to make a strength saving throw.
Well, that's fun.
Do I get to roll my attack too?
You can, as it begins to fly down aggressively. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Nine for the first one.
9 will miss.
And then 17 for the second one.
That will hit. Let's see, Mike has a bless still. Okay.
7 damage.
All right, awesome.
Or whatever Eldritch Blast is.
What did you guys get on your strength save?
15.
Okay.
18.
18. Wow, both so good.
Nice.
Early dice are on for me.
Let's see. Successful, half damage. Okay. So it flies down and begins to just, you hear the wind rushing around you. So you guys end up taking 8 points of damage, bludgeoning damage, as this wind just picks up and like pieces of stone are like hitting into you, little rocks are flying into you, but you hold your ground, you remain in place, and that is the turn as you are all kind of within this air elemental that has arrived. Dab, you're up.
Yeah, gross. Don't like it. Changes what I'm gonna do. He's going to attempt then to sort of like crack his knuckles and kind of like go into like his blade singing form while trying to like rotate out of it if he can. I don't know if he's like grappled or anything like that, or if he's free to move out.
You are not grappled, so you can move. Which way are you moving? Just stepping over this
I'm
way
gonna
one?
attempt to get in a place where I'd be flanking with Euphemia. But then,
So
actually, yeah, I'll go to the
it's-
left side, so that way I'd
It's
be...
a 10-foot square, so it's like these 4 squares
okay.
are. So there's no
Gotcha.
good way to flank currently, because she's
Okay.
inside of it at this moment.
For sure. Actually, what if I go to the bottom parallel, and if she steps 1 foot backwards, would that be flanking? Not
So-
now, but like if she steps backwards, if she needed an attack.
If you wanted to be down here, potentially she
Yeah.
could flank with you.
Yeah, okay. Just kind of setting her up if she wanted to do anything.
Okay.
It would be bonus action blade singing.
Awesome.
And then for my action, I'm going to bless myself. Sorry, Euphemia, Edison, and Eleonora. So we all have range shooties.
So Dab, Eleonora, and Edison. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, Euphemia. Actually, no. You know what? No, I'm doing all 4. We're doing a second level.
Ooh. All right. Let me roll for a mishap
fine.
chance on this.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I forgot about that.
You get a mishap.
Yeah.
Spell still
yeah.
works though.
Cool.
And ooh, okay. A mid-tier mishap. Let's see what that's gonna be.
I have super
Okay.
attacks against air elementals.
No, but you get resistance to poison and psychic damage, which probably will not be a factor here, but you never know.
That's fun.
You get 1 minute resistance to that.
Told you today was a good day.
All right.
I'm feeling invincible.
But yeah, it's kind of like for now the way it's like bluish and greenish auras on his fists is how the magic kind of appears because he knows it's not divinely anchored, but he's thinking about Domine as far as like when he does it because he's trying to inspire Winnie. So he looks around for a second, then realizes she's a tattoo. He's like, dang.
Yeah. She is hidden underneath Edison's pant leg at this moment, unfortunately.
At least she can't see what's happening. That would be terrifying.
That's true.
He's
Edison.
so excited for her first blast though.
Edison on his turn just kind of turns, looks down, just oh no, and just takes his pistol and is going to take a shot at it. We'll see how well this goes. Edison rolled a 2 on the die for a 9, which will miss.
Then
Oh no!
Is there any way, I doubt the bless would get up to?
Oh, a 9.
fine.
Yeah, let me double check. Nope, he does not. It's an 11 total he rolled. That does not hit.
Wasn't sure.
All right. So all of you are blessed here. Let me write that down. Okay. Yeah, he misses with his
We're
shot.
blessed to be on your channel with you, Mark.
Aw, thanks. Euphemia, you're up.
Really? Whoa. Okay.
I mean, there's only 4 things or 5 things in
I
combat.
know, I
so-
was expecting to wait so much longer because I rolled so low.
Does the horse have initiative?
Yeah.
Did you want me to roll initiative for the horse?
I don't know. I didn't know
Was
if
that
it's
part
a
of the
fighting
mechanics
horse or
of
if
the
it's
horse?
like
It is not a fighty horse, but I can roll
Oh,
if you
okay.
want
Get
to.
hurt.
Just yeah, you want me to roll initiative and risk it dying?
No.
Your choice. Okay.
He's our friend.
There you go.
Still don't know his name. Could be Zach. We don't know.
I'm going to. Yeah, I don't really like being right in the middle of this whirlwind. So I think I'm gonna Misty Step. Can I go to the top right? Like just 30 feet over? Yeah, like yes, exactly. There.
Okay. So that's a Misty Step. Let me roll for mishap chance on that. Alright. The mishap level is completely wrong on screen. You get a mishap.
Okay.
So normal mishap spell works. Normal mishap. Let me roll for this real quick. And adjust the screen mishap level because it's wrong. Sorry, chat. I'm behind. Where is it? There it is. There it is. Okay. So you got a mishap. All right. Awesome. I'll keep that in mind.
Okay. And then I'm going to. That was a leveled spell. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use my action to wild shape into a bear.
Okay. Switch out from there. Become a bear. Why is this up? Oh, that's why there's 2 pieces in there. Little rock pieces hidden right there. Okay.
Oh, some rubble.
So you are a bear.
And yeah, I don't. I think I'll just stay there. I have movement, but I'm gonna. I think I'm good there.
Awesome. Okay. That ends your turn. We get to the top of the round. Round number 2. As Eleonora, you're first.
Okay. I will cast Summon Shadow Spawn.
All right.
Right on the other side, so it'd be like flanking with Dab.
Okay. Roll for mishap chance on this. You also get a mishap. This is just the mishap session.
Ooh. It's a lot of mishaps.
Spell works.
Oh boy.
And a regular mishap.
good.
Let me roll for that. Oh, wow. Mishap number 1.
Oh,
The original mishap.
Oh wow.
first mishap.
Patient 0.
Uh,
You get divided and you have a whole nother world that gets created.
No!
you suddenly feel like your feet kind of are unstable and you lose 5 feet of movement.
Oh.
Okay.
So you're gonna say she was stuck in the ground. I was like, Mark!
No,
Not
it's not
again.
that one. But
Oh,
the
we're gone
shadow spawn
again.
appears right over here,
Oh, that's a good one.
other side of Dav.
Okay. I cast the Despair one.
Okay.
So it's like weird ethereal tears like leaking out of its eyes as it's like all creepy. And so if this creature starts its turn in this area within 5 feet of it, it is reduced 20 feet of movement.
Sounds good.
So,
Okay.
This one too.
no. I don't think so. I could move it so that it doesn't.
He's within 5 feet right now, but
Let me look. This thing is the biggest stat block in the world, so I just have
Sure,
to.
yeah.
How much? It's reading, yeah.
A lot of features.
Where are you? Oh yeah, any creature other than you. So I could move it so it's not in Edison's space.
Okay, where are you moving it to then? Instead.
I'll just shuffle it 5 feet over.
Down to there?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, the
I
horse,
guess I don't get flanking with Dav though.
horse will kind of move off to the side as at the end of the
Yeah,
turn.
like that's okay. I don't need to participate.
Yeah.
This scary. I'm leaving. Okay.
Okay. 17.
To hit.
Okay. And then oh my gosh. Where are you? Everything. I tried to open it in a different thing so I could look at it better, and now it's even more confusing. I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Oh, there it is. Oh, it's actually 18 to hit.
Yeah, it's fine.
7 cold damage.
7 cold. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is anything else?
Does it feel like the
As-
damage went through normally? Like by looking at it?
Yeah,
Hard
I'd be
to tell.
watching.
Hard to tell. Because it's not you guys doing the attack. If you guys were doing the attack, I give you a little more, but because
Okay.
it's a creature doing it.
Okay.
I think that's it. Maybe I would move like a 5-foot step in between that rock a little more,
It's pretty tight.
like in that corner.
It's
Yeah.
about as far over as you can go.
Oh, I can't go in between.
Unless you're going up.
Oh.
Like you're talking about
would you let me,
squeezing
or-
back here? Like squeezing all the way in here?
Yeah, I wanted to like have a nice little nook I can like pew,
Sure.
pew.
You can hide back there. You can't see anything down there, but you can definitely be over there.
Oh. Oh, okay.
If you're behind a rock at this point, you can't really see anything too well.
I can't
You'd
peek
have-
out over.
You'd have enough room to like go out and then come back
Sure.
on a turn, but
Yeah.
you want to be able to
Okay.
see where you're at now, is what he's
That's
saying.
my thought for the moment.
Okay. Sounds good. So there you are. It is the air elemental's turn. The air elemental is going to see if it recharges its whirlwind, which it does. It's going to shift over into your space, Dav,
I got
and it's going to make you make a strength saving throw again.
even better, 19.
All right. Again, this wind keeps hitting around you, but you stand your ground. Seven points of bludgeoning damage on this one. And that will be its turn, I believe. I don't think. Let me double check to make sure. Yep, that's it. Bringing us to Dav, your turn.
Does that do half damage or not? Doesn't. Yeah. He doesn't know either way. Well, with his like, since he's the one that made his gauntlets, he's assuming any sort of like wind-based attacks are probably not going to work. Would he understand enough about like thunder, if that's going to be effective at all?
Only one way
I
to
guess
find
that's
out.
right. Yeah, I figured. He'll back up again just to kind of like do the same thing. And we'll make. I think I can do one of the rapier, one of the gauntlet, right? Sever hand you could use if I want hand weapon art light. Okay, cool. So he's going to kind of split the difference and will reach out and kind of try and make one attack with his gauntlet,
Okay.
just like a normal attack. don't think that's gonna hit. So that's 10 plus 2, so 12.
Miss.
All right, and then rapier with his offhand. That's a dice jail.
All right.
Shit's not happening.
Yeah,
Use your
this-
bless.
I mean, he was a 1 on the die, so
Oh.
Oh,
So
Roll
with
for the
this
other one, I meant.
wind swirling
I
around,
used bless.
yeah, concentration check on both your bless too. I think he hit you twice.
Yes. Thank you, actually. Well, he
Just
hit me
once.
once. Yeah, I rolled the
I
other
guess
time.
yeah, it was after, so 1 after that. Yep.
16, so we're
Okay.
good.
Oh, good. All right, yeah, 2 misses as this thing's just like towering, swirling wind around you. It's pretty intimidating. Kind of got you on your back foot.
Gross.
All right,
All right.
that's it.
I'll take it for now.
Edison.
Actually,
yes.
Since we're doing this, since I did swing, I'm going to back up 5, 10, 15, 20. We'll go 25 feet to that bottom square at the bottom of the map,
Here.
Yep.
Okay.
knowing he can get back up in combat if he wants.
Awesome.
He's just trying to like goad it in a little bit towards.
Is that on a cliffside?
Yep.
I just wanted
This
to
is a
point that out.
bit of a cliff fall.
Or the map.
This way. Yep.
Yeah, and we'll go back 5 more feet because he's still got movement. He's like, nope, and I'll go back 5 feet closer off the cliff.
There.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Edison will take a shot now. No sneak attack at this point, but he will shoot. And rolled another 2 on the die. That is going to be a miss.
Oh my gosh.
boy. Buddy.
Hey.
All right.
Yes, ugly.
He looks pretty upset as he just is like turning up here, firing away. Euphemia, you're up. Bearphemia, let's go.
Yep. I'm gonna go down to the thing. I can't really flank with the shadow spawn at this point.
No.
It's position, right?
Nope.
Yep. All right. That's okay. We'll make get 2 attacks as a bear. I'm gonna make some attacks.
I want to brawl with Bearphemia at some point. That'll be fun.
Let's see. What is my? It would be plus 4 to hit. So 16. Oh wait, I have bless too. 18.
That hits.
And then
I have bless on saving throws. That's right.
max damage. So
Nice.
that's fun. 8 piercing damage. Trying to see if it does anything as I'm doing this.
You kind of feel like you're connecting a little bit, but it's not fully getting there.
Is my thought. Okay. Well, I still have claws too. Can I use bless on this attack also?
Yeah, it's all
It still
attacks.
works, right?
Yeah, every attack you make,
That's
blow your
all. I
bless.
forgot about that.
18 plus 4, so 22 to hit.
Yep.
And then
Ashley's dice are not in dice jail.
now, right now they're not. 8 slashing.
All right. Again, doesn't seem like it's doing everything you want it to do, but it's still doing something.
Something. And then I'll also use my bonus action. Even if I have to like climb up on that rock a little bit to see Dav, so I just have to be able to see him. But I don't necessarily want to leave it like square. I'll use 2 of my.
I like move around to here.
Yeah. He doesn't look
Sure.
like he's hurt. He had a lot of his temp points, if you remember.
Oh, that's right. Well,
he
I'm
looks
still gonna
fine.
use 1 probably. I'll still use 1. She would still
Okay.
be keeping an eye on him. That is only 2 back to you. So sorry. 2 plus
Half
1
of-
temp.
Half of what I could have
They
taken,
don't
so I
stack.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
So you get 2, and then you have 1 temporary hit point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
She just like flicks her head at
Oh,
him.
wait. Yeah, temp hit points messed this whole thing up. Okay.
Oh no.
No, it's all good. I just have to do the math. There we go.
Are you talking about my hit points?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at 36 and then 1 temp.
Yep. That's what I got.
By the way, I get 19 from the bear that I added back into mine.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
Half the time I do wild shape and then I forget to add the HP.
Yeah, I'm letting you keep track of your bear
Yeah.
HP, and then I'll carry over to Euphemia's HP when we get there.
That works.
All right, top
Perfect.
of round 3 then, if that's everything you're doing.
Yep.
Eleonora, you're up.
All right. Do I have to get out of my
You would have to
corner?
get out from the corner to do anything visual.
I'll squeeze out. And I'll like take a new assessment of the situation. I will shoot Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, nat 20!
There you go.
Yes. Good job.
And my teammates are carrying me.
Ooh, 16 damage.
Very
Let's
nice.
go.
Nice.
Big
and then
hit.
my second Eldritch Blast.
Oh, I'm a warlock. I'm useless in battle.
Giggle,
I'm not a fight
giggle.
build.
21.
All right, that hits.
Whoa.
I love it.
That is a 2.
2. Okay. Let me roll for your mishap, by
And-
the way. I keep forgetting to do those.
Oh, yes.
You're good. No mishap on this one.
Okay. And then I will move. Is Euphemia flanking right now?
No.
Euphemia's
I
not
couldn't
flanking
get a
anything.
position.
Okay.
At this point.
I will actually get the shadow spawn to go in front of Euphemia.
Okay.
And then I'll even say, watch being close to the edge.
Yeah, you're very close to the edge, too.
Yes, I'm like scolding them almost like, get away from the edge. Like trying to get them away. And then I'll have that attack.
Okay.
16.
That'll hit.
$18 cold damage.
Wow, that's a lot. Good hit.
Thank you.
All right, is
Squeeze
that
back
it?
in my corner. Yep.
Squeeze back into the corner. All right.
I'm a medium-sized creature, by the way. I
Yeah.
know the base is large on that, so
Yep.
I would still say I'm within 5 feet of that thing.
Yes, you are. This is like where you are in this spot, not the whole base.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just this thing takes up like that whole bottom area.
Right.
It's a 10-foot base.
Right.
You guys need to switch your bases. All right, let's see if it recharges its whirlwind. It does. It's going to kind of move into both of your spaces as it moves up to here. I need your thing, Rachel, to make a strength saving throw, and I need your bear to make a strength saving throw.
I think bears are stronger than me.
You will have bless.
Yes.
The thing does
Oh,
not. That
not
thing does
my
not have
thing.
bless.
Oh,
Just,
well, yeah.
Eleanor's blessed.
That's fair.
21.
Okay, wow, see?
4.
Ashley's rolling hot. Can't beat her. Can't do anything there. 4 for the bear?
Maybe it's
Or for
trying
your
so
thing?
hard.
All right. Your thing, Rachel, takes 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Ashley, you take 9 in your bear form. And your element, or your little shadow spawn, Rach.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets kind of whipped up in this and gets flung 1, 2, 3, 4 off the cliff, falls
Oh, no.
prone,
Oop.
and because it fell, it's going to take damage on the fall as well.
Okay.
Just turn 20 feet plus fall damage plus.
I will cast Feather Fall on Shadow Spawn.
Do that.
If I can.
Is it something you want to do?
I don't care. Don't feel like you have to.
Okay, alright. No, I guess not.
No? Okay. So
I like
your
Shadow Buddy.
shadow buddy ends up falling, and as it hits the ground, because of the force it took and then the fall damage, it ends up taking 14 more points of damage.
I also keep thinking every shadow spawn is Raz or like
Right.
Karis's mom, and I realize it's not, but still.
All right.
Okay, it's still up.
Sounds good.
Ooh. It's pretty tanky.
Higher levels, I can add more HP to it too. So
I feel like it takes so many hits, which is nice for something
Yeah,
like
it's a
moving
nice
in.
tank.
Holy moly.
All right, Dav, you're up.
Where I'm at now, do I feel like I can get a clean hit on this thing without potentially hitting a Barefemia?
With
Or because
what?
they're in the, like, with a spell, Chromatic Orb.
You could probably. It's big enough that you can aim it directly at this creature rather than in Euphemia. But
Cool.
she is kind of in its space at this point.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was like,
But, like scale wise, I'm more person size than
Yeah.
it is.
Mhm.
It's bigger. So
Yeah, this
I'm
is
gonna take
bigger
out
than
his diamond and like electrocute it. But then as he starts rotating around, it's gonna turn like a dark, sickly green. 'Cause he's like, I have no clue what to hit it right now. And he's gonna change it to poison because he knows he's resistant to poison. And he's like, I feel good
Sure.
about myself today.
Sounds good.
And we're gonna chromatic orb the elemental.
Go ahead and make your attack roll.
What? Oh, natural 20. for
Beautiful.
29.
Oh yeah, that definitely hits.
wow.
Wow. I don't think I've like hit with a chromatic orb with Dab yet. I don't remember. He doesn't
Yeah,
use it.
Ren used to use those all the time.
I had them in my back pocket for a while, yeah.
Hmm.
yeah.
All right. So 6, 1, and 3. It's okay. So 7, 10. Ooh. I'm gonna say 10. So 22 points of poison damage, as I said? Yeah.
Yeah. So you fire that off. It's kind of green, like wispy poison, and as it hits it, it just disperses around and it goes in there. It does not look like it did anything to it.
Ah. You monster.
It is immune to poison damage.
Ah.
Yeah.
I almost had acid instead too, and I'm like,
Sorry, buddy.
he just. I just start walking really sadly. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm gonna like come up. No, I'm gonna swing around the rock and be like where Edison is on the top side, essentially.
Up here?
But like
On the
about
bottom
3
level?
squares to the right.
Oh.
In my head, I was thinking he went the other way around the rock. Yeah, so it's that kind of
Okay.
thing.
Sure.
Yeah. He's like, you guys got this. I'll just be here to clean up.
All right. Awesome.
And I already have 10 points, so never mind.
Yep.
That's his turn.
Okay.
I
Edison.
sulk as my bonus action.
Yeah, sorry, man. It's
Actually,
immune.
oh, I can do something. Oh, Euphemia's after me, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Never mind then. I was gonna do Sanctuary and Euphemia, but
Okay.
I think it does much, so.
Edison just kind of angrily bangs his gun in like in his hands, like and just
Yeah, I
aims
feel
one more
it, man.
time.
Totally.
He's gonna
Right there,
fire
right there.
again.
You got
The
this, buddy.
altitude, Edison, it's okay. It's the altitude messing it up.
You know, even a natural 20 doesn't do anything against this thing, so.
That is a 17 hit, which will hit.
Yay!
He will get sneak attack too because you are within 5 feet of it, absolutely being inside of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What's his sneak attack at right now? Ooh, he's a lot of sneak attack.
Yay!
All right, so he fires There's a big bang, and this time he actually connects with it.
Probably only hit because of the blast, but you got this, buddy. It's like mumbling to him.
Dav's taking full credit.
He sees Eleanor like rocking it, like doing so much damage. He's like, "It's my turn."
Yeah. No, it's a team sport, guys. That's all that matters. It's
We rolled
fine.
out poison.
It flies through. It doesn't look like it hits it entirely because it like whizzes right through it, but it does kind of disperse a little bit of the air as it flies through that one portion. And it was hit to some level.
Nice.
All right. Euphemia. Euphemia, you're up.
You got this.
Can I like just rotate away from the edge a little bit more, or am I gonna fall off the rock?
Yeah, you could get down around here if you want to.
It falls off the rack.
That's canon. The elemental fell.
It just tripped.
It doesn't actually have a walking speed, it's a fly speed, so it just flies everywhere. But
Oh, crazy. All right, I'm gonna attack it with my 2 attacks again.
go for it.
So where to go? Ooh, 21 to hit
That will hit.
with bite.
See?
That
You can't roll lower than a 16. It's like me in the sepulcher.
I don't know what I don't want to say anything because I don't want to jinx it. 4 damage,
Okay.
and then I'll do my claws.
Awesome.
Also pretty good. That's 19 to hit.
What did I tell you guys? Just roll damage from now on, Ashley.
Okay, I mean if you insist.
I will suffer my attack rolls so you can just roll damage. We'll be a team player about this.
Okay, 7 damage.
7. All right. Again, these aren't hitting fully, but you are doing something.
It's it's something, and I don't really have a bonus action in my current. If that is looking okay, then I will just hold my ground. Honestly, I'm not gonna try and back up.
Sounds good. Yeah, Dad just got like a few scratches at this point. Nothing too
Just
major.
Keep it distracted. I think.
Okay. Awesome. Top of the round, round 4. All right. Eleonora, you're up.
Okay. Yeah, she'll like come back out of the rock, see her shadow spawn on the ground. She's like, "See, what did I tell you?"
Well, you don't see it. It's not there
It's
currently.
just not there.
Yeah.
Yeah. She still
And,
says, "See, what did I tell you?"
Check.
Because-
Yep.
God. Okay. I'll hit it with Eldritch Blast.
Go for it.
19 on the die
Yep.
for 20 whatever with Bless. And then 15 on the die for the second one. So I assume I hit both times.
Yeah, you guys are hitting every time, so except for Dav. Sorry, buddy. and Edison. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
but Edison.
Edison
Way to
missed
rub it
too.
in.
6 damage for both of them combined.
6 for both of them.
Girl
Okay.
power.
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
the girl
And-
power. Yeah.
It's the girl power. Can I have my shadow spawn go back up?
Is there any rules about needing to see it or anything?
No.
Okay. Then what's its movement?
Maybe.
It's 40 feet.
Is it walking or flying? Hover. What's its speed?
It just says 40 feet.
Okay, so it has to move then, which means it has to climb, which is at half speed,
Okay.
which would only get it up to the top. And it's half because that's prone, so it's down to 10 feet. It's only partially up the mountain
Okay.
as it begins to
Trying to
climb.
climb up the mountain.
Yep, it's half
Okay.
because it's prone when it landed, and then half to climb, so it gets up 10 feet, and it fell 20 feet, essentially, on
Sure.
bumbling fall down the mountainside.
That is so funny. Like, it's like the spirit, like,
Yeah,
climbing up the
basically.
Like she get clinging to the mountain like these creepy
So-
tears just.
And it's like kind of Eleonora looking too.
Yeah.
So it's just so weird. Like,
Wraith
it's-
climbing the mountain.
Oh, it's terrifying looking.
It's in a dress too, because like Eleonora, you know.
Yes, it's gotta have the sweepy,
For sure.
like spooky dress
It's
that's
well dressed.
flying
Yeah,
around.
it's like flowing around. Yeah, oh yeah, it's great. All
That's
right,
amazing.
All right.
that's so funny.
Beautiful.
Yeah, because she doesn't. There's not a you know, ranged attack for it. So.
Yeah, and it's climbing currently, anyway. So.
Yep.
All
It's a
right.
little busy.
So.
Can I use an action to go up the rest of the way? With your movement?
Let's see, half your movement's used up. Yeah, sure.
Hey.
You can get up there with the rest of it, just to the top.
Surprise!
Although honestly, I actually might leave it there because it's like at 4 HP right now.
Okay, sure. Sounds
But
good.
as long as I think I can get it up there the next time.
Next turn you'll get up there, no problem with speed. But
Okay, sounds good. Then I will leave it there.
okay. So next up is the air elemental,
Oh.
which is
I go back in the crack.
okay. Back in the crack.
Thanks.
Air elemental gets to go, and it's going to disengage from Barathemia and fly up and just whoosh,
Can I-
whooshes up into the
disengage.
hole with its
Ah, crud.
heavy or high level of speed as it just whisks like whoosh right into the hole and disappears
Oh.
from sight into the shadows of the mountainside.
Just growl angrily.
I'm not a fan of
Hello?
that.
But the wind calms.
About to hit it, but okay.
He's like magic missile ready. Be like, at least I'm gonna hit this time. All right.
I got it this time, you guys. I figured it out.
But yeah, it grows quiet. Everyone kind of can look at each other for a moment and see that everyone's okay. But it's quiet, and you are outside the edge of this hole in the mountainside. We're gonna end there Tonight.
Oh.
and see what happens next week.
Oh.
So, with that, we're gonna end our recording. We're gonna switch over to the other screen real quick.
Oh my gosh.
Thank
if
you.
Kelly comes back, does that mean she's just like,
Off the cliff.
Yeah.
Who knows? We'll see what happens. But thank you so much for watching, everybody. We appreciate you. Stick around after this for the raid, but join us next week for more Mystical Mishaps, and it's gonna be a good time. We'll see you all then. So, bye.